All right, guys, let's do this. Damn right, we're back. Hop on that stream now. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1. So we have a big concert, and then we ditch for a week.
Right.
You had some drinking to do. Went out to where? Nashville?
Yeah, I had to jump out. Went to Nashville. Went to Tennessee. Out for a few days, man. Had to take care of me, and now I'm back. Let's do this.
So we had a couple storms roll through recently, and you hit me up. It's like, hey, man, after tonight, can you roll by my house and make sure everything's okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you send me a picture that your neighbor took before I got there.
Right.
The tree in your front yard, completely cut in half, fell over, missing your neighbor's house.
Yeah, so a third of my tree, like a behemoth branch from my tree, decided to fall over. No big deal. And, it somehow missed my office. It would have caused a huge disruption in my vacation process. But, thankfully it missed. Hopefully everyone else's places and houses survived. Tropical storm. What was the name of it again?
Elsa.
Yeah.
I think Disney sponsored it.
Right. Ooh. Ugh. It's a bad look because I would have asked for some cash. I'm just saying. I would ask for some cash if my house would have got destroyed.
Disney's got the money. Whether they actually would have coughed in the up or not is a completely other story altogether.
It would have been a real sucky thing if I was going to Disney. Double.
My brother did. He went to Disney.
Yeah, and I would have gone there. My house would have been destroyed, and I would be giving them my money, only to get it back to pay myself to fix my house.
Now, one thing I did discover while you were out.
You discovered something?
I did. Well, okay, I didn't.
Right.
I finally jumped on the bandwagon. That is Letterkenny.
Okay.
It is awesome, fantastic, amazing. If you have not seen Letterkenny, you have to jump on board.
Nope, never seen it.
You should. You'll like it.
I'm out there too busy living, Cotter. I ain't got time for Letterkenny.
It's out there a half an hour.
Hey.
Got nothing but time.
Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman taught me one exact lesson. Get busy living or get busy dying. I was out there living, Cotter. I was living my life.
Fair enough.
I was out there touching people, drinking beers, being one with nature. You over here just sat in your house, watch Letterkenny.
Yes, I did. It was fantastic. All right, coming up on the show today, Quizzed in the Face. It is a Tuesday. So today's quiz, Marshall, for you.
Mm-hmm.
Who said it? Conor McGregor or a comic book character?
Okay.
There's so much to go over with Conor McGregor, his fight against Poirier over the weekend. We'll do that at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. Due to the week death match is going down today, the Carters celebrating their anniversary, going to get some golden retrievers. Your choice. You can vote now at the Cotter and Marshall Show Facebook page. Call, comment, and text, top of the 7 o'clock hour. What do you regret buying? We've all spent money that we know we shouldn't have. After the fact, buyer's remorse kicks in. Then we'll kick off the show about last night. Could marijuana be decriminalized on Tybee Island? We've got a winner in the billionaire space race. And was there a potential mass shooting in the works at Major League Baseball's All-Star Game? Crazy story.
Yeah.
We'll kick off the show with that next. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Welcome to it. Thanks for being back. Here's Royal Blood and Typhoons. Rock 106.1.
I was getting the intro audio on the stream. I don't know how, but just a heads up, I was. Also, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Heather, Gibby, Mac, Bert. Thank you for the info. I just saw that last night. We'll talk about that a little bit, too. Charles, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I don't know what was going on there. I was having the intro audio on the outro. I mean, there's nothing playing now, but
Sure. All right. Well, I'm going to test something here. Okay. Now it's back. Okay. Weird. Okay. I don't know.
Was that just my pod, or did you turn us both off?
I turned us both off.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So we had a visit from our former engineer, somebody who's kind of still somebody we use his services, CB, over the week, last week. Tweak some things, trying to improve the sound quality from certain things. So it's just a little bit different again in the studio, because always.
Bert, yeah, thank you for asking those questions, actually. So there is a new venue down by Plant Riverside called District Live, I think is what they're calling it.
I think so,
Yeah.
yes.
So there's a new venue down there, and they just announced their first 16 shows. Just yesterday, I think, is the official day. I don't know. I've been gone for a few days. It's a pretty cool lineup. White Reaper is a part of it. No real bands that we play. I'll just go ahead and flat out say that.
Yeah.
So no bands that we're playing is part of it. There are a couple country artists that our country station, Bob 106.9, does play, like Maddie and Tay, that are going to be there. So to answer your question, Bert, will we be involved with it? I'm sure we will be. I haven't heard anything officially from my coworkers yet on that. But once again, I've been gone for like a week and a half. So don't quote me yet, but I can only imagine we'll be doing some stuff with them, hopefully. But it's a small venue. It's like a 500-person venue.
Yeah.
And once again, it's a Live Nation booked venue, which is good because Live Nation obviously has a great history with artists. But if you were looking at Plant Riverside, if you know where like MLK Park is, Plant Riverside, which is kind of that grassy area where they always have bands playing, it's just to the left of that. So it's kind of right where that valet is. They have a big old building they've been building to the left of it. That's a 500-person kind of smaller venue, which is cool. I kind of feel bad for Victory North. Obviously, they're still going to be getting their stuff, but yeah, kind of the same deal.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these, Amos Lee would be fun. Mark Bouchard, I saw him years ago in Colorado. Really good.
What's really great is with Mark Broussard, the breakdown of his show, it was really funny. It was like, in 2005, Mark Broussard was on the up-and-coming Rolling Stone list. And I'm like, they're still using that line 16 years later for this fella?
Yeah, I was Amos Lee. Was
that? Oh, Amos Lee? Okay,
yeah.
Sorry. I thought it was Mark Broussard. Either way.
Same style.
Oof.
Yeah, I know, right? That's a little rough. All right, guys, be right back. Did a hotel housekeeper in Denver prevent a mass shooting at the Major League Baseball All-Star Game? We got more details about that coming up. Now, we are back in studio today, so don't forget, hop on that stream. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. You can always listen to the show. Just download the app for free. Get us in your in-home smart speaker or check us out on the website. It is rock1061.com. Now, the Major League Baseball All-Star Game happens tonight in Denver, and a hotel housekeeper at a hotel in Denver, the Maven Hotel, was in a room and noticed a whole lot of guns and a whole lot of ammo and reported this back to the hotel. And 4 people have now been arrested, and police confiscated 16 rifles, more than 1,000 rounds of ammo, and body armor. Now, the room was on the 8th floor of this hotel, and police think they could have been planning a Las Vegas-style shooting involved with the All-Star Game.
Yeah, which would have been obviously a real bad thing. A real bad thing. So Richard Platt, Gabriel Rodriguez, and Ricardo Rodriguez, obviously 2 brothers there, and a Kanalua Sarakawa. Man, I hope I didn't butcher that name too bad. Anyway, those are the 4 people that were arrested. 2 of them also had drugs on them. So they were arrested for additional charges, and they all had like previous like criminal past. They aren't like the most tippy top of citizens when it comes to people, but I mean they had so many guns. Now I found an article that kind of broke down the guns. They had mid-size assault rifles, AK-47s, short entry weapons. I don't know what that is, but giggity. Also numerous weapons ranging from 9mm to 40mm guns. So these dudes were loaded top to bottom. Now, they said they were collecting them for friends, according to a report I heard, Cotter.
Yeah.
That's a lot of guns to be collecting for friends.
Yeah, it is. And one of the suspects even recently posted to Facebook saying he was planning to go out in a big way.
Yeah, he was going to Colorado.
So that's not a good sign. Now, the FBI has come out and said they have no reason to believe the suspects posed a threat to the upcoming Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Home Run Derby last night, All-Star Game is tonight, and I believe the festivities actually kicked off over the weekend. So FBI doesn't think something was going down, but man, It's just very weird.
For my skeptical American guilty before innocent type of brain, immediately I think, well, these guys were definitely doing something.
Yeah.
These guys were definitely doing something not exactly, on the up and up. Now, they said, according to them, they were collecting them for friends. They had lots of guns. Apparently, their former military veterans, or they were going to give them to their former military veteran friends or sell them. Plus, they had a load of cash. Like the pictures on the floor, like they had drug dealer cash in their hotel room. So, I mean, when you're traveling with 4 people with 16 guns and thousands of dollars of cash, what were you thinking? It seems like a bad move in all parts.
Yeah, the whole thing is just a crazy story all around. But hats off to the hotel worker for reporting it. I mean, even if they weren't planning on anything, better safe than sorry in situations like this.
Hey, I can never get extra towels, but hey, you know what? At least she did this. At least housekeeping finally did their job.
All right, we've got a winner in the billionaire space race. One of the richest men on the planet went to space finally over the weekend. Details about that coming up next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Audio does sound kind of funky for me. Sorry, guys. We're not having studio issues. We're tweaking.
Yeah,
We're tweaking.
Tweaking it. All right, we'll see. Check.
Yeah, it sounds like I feel like we have a bit of a hiss on the back end that I'm hearing. And our mics are weird. They sound much different than usual, at least. And then my
never mind.
lighting rig looks weird too.
I know exactly why our mics sound weird. I know who to blame, but I won't name the person on the air.
Okay.
Or I will. Tim. It's Tim's fault.
Oh, it's Tim's fault.
Yeah, Tim came through here and was like, hey, you can mess with all of this stuff down here. It's an equalizer. I'm like, thanks, man. I didn't have this set for our live morning show at all. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Cool.
No big deal.
All right, A-Dub, what's up? Good morning. Glad to see everyone's up nice and early, man. It's 6:15. Jesus. What are you doing? Vacation does rule, A-Dub. Vacation surely does, my friend. All right, guys. Coming up here as Cotter does some tweaking with the things. We're still going to talk about Tybee Island finally getting on board with what Savannah did 3 years ago. Richard Branson, he's just kind of a dickhead, man. Richard Branson, he's that guy that you go to the bar and you tell this story where you're like, you know what, this is an incredible thing that happened in my life, and he just goes, I can one-up that story. And you're like, I wasn't asking you to. Wasn't asking you to try to one-up me here, but he does it anyway.
Yeah, but he one-up Bezos, so I really don't care. You know? I don't. That's fine.
A-Dub, thank you for that chainsaw. Yeah, so just a heads up. So I can show the picture, actually. So yesterday, obviously, took the day off. I was back in Savannah. I just wanted to get a grip on everything going. So here is the behemoth of a tree limb that was in my yard, and I know I'm just showing you on my phone. Hold on, maybe that's
that picture.
better.
And I will say it, that picture does not do it justice. It was massive.
It was a big old bitch, but I knocked her down to that yesterday. So just the stick part. But anyway, so it was just I don't have anything in my house that could really cut it. I'm not an owner of a chainsaw, so A-Dub is coming through and hooking me up with a chainsaw so I can knock out the rest. And I actually had the guys, like the town workers that come around and they pick up all your stuff. I had it set for them, but they left one of those yellow notes that said I had too much. They had to call in a second truck, good old second truck. So thankfully they're still picking it up. But yeah, I got to cut off those. Cut that thing down, that big old bitch, into tinier pieces so I can actually move it.
Yeah.
Max said levels were wonky yesterday. Tim said to mess with stuff down there, that's above my pay grade knowledge. I mean, freedom to speak freely.
Yeah.
As an engineer, Tim, if you're listening, isn't it on you to make us sound good? Isn't it on you to equalize the equalizer, to pressurize the pressurizer, to make sure our shizzle is up to the task? Why is it on us? Do you know how dumb we are? Do you have any idea? And he'll probably be like, yeah, of course I do. I don't think you do. Fix our stuff. Fix it for us. Pretend, and I've said this hundreds of times, Cotter, back me up here. Pretend for 5-year-olds.
That's definitely
Because that's where we're at. Please equalize the equalizer, pressurize the pressurizer. What else is down there?
I don't know.
Yeah, just fix it. Fix it.
Knobs and buttons.
All right, I'm going to make sure to send this clip to Tim if he doesn't see it.
Okay.
I'll put it up on YouTube. I call it bad engineering.
Now I will say, like I said though, we had an extra body helping things out, so there's always that.
Not going to lie. I don't know what helped. Anyway, more positive news. Tybee Island's looking to get super high, and I kind of enjoy that fact.
I just assume Tybee Island is always super high. Have you ever hung out at Huckapoo's? Come on.
Yeah. I've met Preston. I've met the guys who work at Huckapoo's. Super familiar with their situation.
On a positive note, my kid, now when he returns to Kent, Ohio, has a full-time job with benefits.
Oh.
So he'll be working for his apartment complex.
Okay.
Be doing like landscaping, yard mowing, cleaning type stuff. Full-time gig, $2 more an hour than he was making at the job previous.
Okay.
Insurance after he's been there for a while. I doubt this becomes a career for him, but who knows? 401k options are there. 20% discount on his apartment rent.
Those are all positive
That's
things.
pretty nice. It's like $100. He saves $150 a month now, and gets paid.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes.
So you said lawn maintenance is one of the things that
Yes.
he'll be doing?
Yes.
Something you've never taught him, to my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong.
He mowed because our last house, there was no yard to mow.
Right.
It was just a cluster mess.
You talking about the big old bitch that was the stick in my front yard. You got a big old bitch of a backyard cotter.
Yeah, so he tried to mow once. It didn't go well. So I've followed my dad's school of advice.
Okay.
When my kids can't do it, I just do it myself.
Okay.
It's just easier.
Yep.
That's my dad's motto. He lived by that.
Mm-hmm. No, it's going well.
So now I'm gonna have to have my kid mow and edge, so he can at least pretend like he knows what he's doing. He was very honest and said, "I've never done this before," but he still got the job.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
No, it's good.
Morning, Holly, Justin, Russ. Thanks for joining us, man. Hey, congratulations to my old school friend, my back in the day buddy, Russ. Man, back in the day, we used to go in the middle of a cornfield or something, and we used to get hammered. And then most likely drive, but we won't talk about that part. We used to get hammered together. My boy Russ, friend from back in the day, haven't seen him in quite some time. He got engaged yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Or got engaged recently. But just put up something on Facebook yesterday that he did get engaged. So congrats to my buddy Russ, the dude of dudes, the king of kings. Congratulations, my friend.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
A-Dub says zigzag cutting. Teach that to your kid. I don't know what that is.
I don't either. So
I think they did that at the All-Star game.
I will not be teaching that.
Gibby, it was great to meet you, man. It was great to finally meet you at the concert as well, man. Max giving Cotter Jr. a big round of applause. Good stuff for the kids, says Gibby as well.
Yeah, I'm very happy. That's good. I think it solidifies the never going back to college thing, which is fine.
Has he said, I want to go back to college, Dad? I'm knocking this out this semester, taking my little break and ready to go right back into college, going to school?
No, I would say it's probably more the opposite of that. And I would say as of now, the plans of going back right now are probably, very low percentage wise. I don't see it, which is fine. Like I said, if he's not happy, not getting anything out of it, do not waste the money.
Yeah, I hear you.
I got no problem. I mean, I dropped out. Like I'm going to judge. All right, got about a minute 20.
We could talk about this more off air. But man, Saturday I was in downtown Nashville, and the scene in downtown Nashville on Broadway, if you've been there, you know, it is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It is ridiculous. I don't know how else to explain it. With every single bar I went into, every single and every bar is like 3 levels.
Yeah.
Every single level has a different artist playing. Every single one.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it is crazy. Kid Rock's bar was ridiculous. First and foremost, Coors Light cost me like $8. It was $8 Coors Light, and dude, it was 11:30 a.m. I day drank all day Saturday.
$8?
It was $8 for a Coors Light. It was
Jerry's getting for $2.50.
Most places didn't have PBRs, which really upset me. That's why I was drinking Coors Lights.
Nashville not. I mean,
Kid Rock doesn't have PBR.
What?
I know. And then the places that did have PBR, $6.
Come on.
I know, man. It's the Nashville prices right there. Big city prices.
All right, be right back. The billionaire space race is over. Your winner, Richard Branson. He became the first of the 3 famous billionaires who own their own spaceflight company to actually make it into space. He's actually now the second oldest person at the age of 71 to ever go into space. The oldest is John Glenn, who was 77 when he went up in 1998. Now, Branson's Virgin Galactic flight was about 53 miles above the New Mexico desert, achieving weightlessness for 3 to 4 minutes.
Ooh. That's how long my weightlessness usually lasts. So what you're telling me, Cotter, here.
Yes.
Let's break this story down. A old white billionaire dude got upset that another old white billionaire dude was going to go to space technically first.
Yes.
So old white billionaire dude Richard Branson, decided to cuck Jeff Bezos from Amazon and get up there first.
Yes.
By just a few days.
Yeah, just over a week. Now, Branson says, because he was originally going to go up sometime later on this summer. Mm-hmm. Bezos announced he was going up July 20th. Branson changed his date. Branson said he was not trying to one-up Jeff Bezos. Right.
This is definitely the case. Now, Bezos sent a congratulations to Branson on Instagram and said, quote, "Can't wait to join the club, the space-going club, I guess."
I mean, if you're Bezos, I mean, you just got so much money, you don't care about anything else. You're a little mad at Branson, right? You're ticked off.
Yeah,
you wanted to be first.
This dude isn't my best friend.
No,
but really, you ever walk down the street and you see a guy, and then 5 minutes later you see the same guy but he's different.
Yeah.
You're like, man, God needs to stop making the same guy. They between Richard Branson and Jeff Bezos, essentially, if you just put hair on Jeff Bezos, that's Richard Branson. I mean, we need to stop making these old white billionaire dudes who think that going to space is the best thing for them because they've ruined the planet.
I mean, I will say Richard Branson has lived an adventurer's life, though I would say most of his life.
Right.
He's
been a billionaire longer though.
No, he has been, and he has taken advantage of
billionaires.
it. And he's taken advantage of it, though. I mean, Bezos still just comes across as weird and robotic.
Mm-hmm.
Branson is a little bit more, I don't know, devil may care. I'm just here to live life, spend my money in stupid ways.
Yeah, Bezos has obviously a Lex Luthor thing going on right now, but
totally.
he for sure will be freezing his body when it does die, or putting his brain in a jar so he can actually live further down the line.
All right, Tybee Island, they're looking to decriminalize some marijuana. We got details coming up after Weezer. Here's Say It Ain't So, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Sorry, Sherry just said, Kid Rock, no PBR? What the? Yeah, I know. I know.
I'm shocked by that. I mean, because PBR, if it wasn't for hipsters, PBR may have gone the way of Schlitz, and you might not be able to find it anywhere. Nashville seems like it would be hipster central.
Yeah, so Saturday I go down to Doc Holliday's. It's inside of the Hard Rock, or just outside the Hard Rock Hotel, and I slam Bloody Mary just to start my day. And then Kid Rock's in second place, man. And like, yeah, no PBR. It kind of blew my mind. And then I just kind of bar hopped from there. Went to Nudies and went to a few other joints down there, like Losers. Went to some Big Engine Distillery, a couple other places. But, man, it was fun. It's just like the scene down there is unlike anything I've seen. And I lived in Vegas for 7 years. It was just like, it was like if you just crushed Vegas down into like a concentrated, like 3 or 4 blocks.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like jammed and like built on top of one another. It was a wild scene. And then obviously a lot of country music. So, I mean, and those bands, I mean, they're playing for, I was actually asking a buddy who does play in the scene in Nashville. And a lot of the bands, when you walk in, they're like, they have buckets and they say, we actually don't get paid. We make tips and that's how we get paid.
Right.
And members of the band, like during songs where they don't have to play, they'll literally go walk around with the bucket and and everyone's just tossing in bills and bills and bills. Like those guys probably do really, really well. And I was asking my buddy, I'm like, is that true? I mean, do you guys like make nothing? He goes, generally there's a low end guarantee for each player. Like there's $50, $50, $50, but that's for 4 hours of playing.
That's shocking to me.
Yeah, it's like $12.50 an hour these guys are making plus tips. And usually like when you get a band in, you have to pay them a couple $100.
Right.
I mean, they're paying them like, I don't know, I guess they're paying them $200 depending on the band size. And like and all these bands are like by request. Like $20, they will learn the song on the spot and play it for you.
That's awesome.
So in Kid Rock, I mean, they were playing Luke Bryan, and then they got like Paramore's Misery Business, and they learned it on the spot, or they pretended to learn it on the spot. I mean, I guess that's what these bands do. But dude, it was just wild. I've never seen anything quite like that, so condensed in a Broadway on Nashville. It was a really cool experience.
Were most of them cover bands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think one band I was hanging around played like one original, and that was kind of it.
Okay.
But it was live music everywhere.
Right.
I mean, even the distillery where, I mean, there was maybe a max of 30 people you could fit in there. They had a tiny little stage and like this probably 19-year-old girl like on an acoustic guitar playing. Like every single place. I mean, might as well have in the bathrooms. I mean, they had live music everywhere.
Serenade you while you go.
They did, man.
Yeah, I've only been to Nashville once. Didn't have a lot of time to spend downtown, but definitely tried to take in as much as you could. And then I went out to a brewery. So. Priorities. All right, guys, got about 30 seconds. All right, guys, be right back. Got one more story to go and about last night. Tybee Island joining the Cool Kids Club. City Council voted on the first reading of an ordinance that would change the punishment for marijuana possession within the city. This ordinance would make possession of up to 2 ounces of marijuana a ticketing offense instead of jail time. Some council members even want to look at records and remove similar offenses from past records. And officials say they would consider removing those charges from offenders in the last 6 months to a year.
So this is kind of what Savannah did back in 2018. Now, Van Johnson was a big pusher of this exact situation. So Savannah did this back in July, so 3 years ago, and it kind of broke down the same way. In Savannah, the first-time offenders, you get issued an infraction like a speeding ticket instead of jail with a maximum fine of $150. If you're unable to pay that, you may perform community service instead. That's at least in Savannah. Now, this Tybee thing, if it goes into effect, they got to go through at least one more reading, according to what I saw, to make this an official, like, go out and plausible thing to do.
Yeah, Mayor Shirley Sessions says police say it would allow them to spend more time on fighting bigger crimes. So it's like benefiting citizens, benefiting the cops. I mean, we've been saying it for years now. Georgia just needs to jump on the bandwagon and make it legal. I mean, it just save everybody all the hassle.
Yeah, I still think we're a long ways away from that. But, these little towns like Savannah and Tybee, at least in the state of Georgia, I mean, going this way will eventually push, I think, the big guys up in the state buildings to do something about it.
Right. I read somewhere, I want to say, somebody planning on running for governor of South Carolina says if elected, he'll make it legal, or he'll push for making it legal in the state of South Carolina.
I'm going to move there for a week and then vote and then move back.
Moving the Bluffton tomorrow, guys. All right, coming up next, we got to talk 20th anniversary concert. I know it happened over a week ago, but we weren't here last week, so just wanted to kind of break that down. We'll do that next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
I mean, I don't think it's going to become legal anytime soon.
No, unfortunately. Yeah, I think Georgia is going to be very slow to this party.
Yeah, it will be one of the last states to, unless it's like federally done.
Yes.
But even at that time, if it's federally done, don't the states have to adopt it in some form or fashion? I don't know. It just seems like one of those things that Georgia will be dragging their feet on the entire way.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. They will. 100%. I'm going to get some coffee. I'll be right back.
Hey, good morning, Thomas. How you doing? Charles, no hope and dope. But the cash, baby. The cash. All right. Yeah, Nashville was a lot of fun. So I went up last week on a little vacation up to Tennessee. Obviously went and saw the Chattanooga Lookouts. That's the T-shirt I'm wearing. Man, the ballpark is super reminiscent of Grayson Stadium. Like, big-time Grayson Stadium vibes up there, but pretty cool spot. Hung out for like half the game, and then I went drinking downtown Chattanooga after that. And then after that, went to Nashville for a couple days and just kind of explored the city. And I've never really been there. Last time I was there was almost 20 years ago, so I went downtown Nashville and did the downtown Nashville thing, man. It was really fun. MK Ultra, good morning, man. Happy to be back with you guys, doing my regular day job. Although, I'll tell you, after a week plus of not getting up at 5 a.m., I was really loving not getting up at 5 a.m. But here we are. Here we are. Charles, I love the idea. Charles stated that on the chat that for some reason marijuana is legalized. The first thing he's doing, he's planting. He's planting his 150 acres of land full of the Jawana. Actually, it's not a bad idea.
No.
I think you probably have to get a license.
Yeah,
for that.
I'm sure there'll be some sort of regulation for it, but go for it, man. Make all the money. Well, it's funny because like my brother lives in Illinois, legalized there, and when it's legalized, I was like, hey, man, got to make your life easier. He's like, still going to my dealer. It's just cheaper. So he doesn't even hit up dispensaries. He still has a guy.
Yeah. What's up, Dave, man? So our buddy David came to the show, but also he works security for the Atlanta Motor Speedway. So there was a NASCAR race this past weekend, and David was there. And I didn't realize this. Apparently, he's been doing it for the last couple of years. I found out all this via the social medias because he was posting pictures. But super cool, man. Holly, it's nice to be back. Very nice, obviously, meeting you at the 20th anniversary show.
Yeah, it was a weird week. Just not doing the show, which is weird in its own right. Not doing the show and being here, I guess, is especially weird. And then it was just kind of nothing happened. Uneventful week.
What do you mean not doing the show and not
Well,
being
so
here.
when I was off, when I took the time off and we didn't do the show, I was on vacation.
Right.
So it was just like, I was on vacation, not doing the show, but being actually here, having to work.
Oh, okay.
It felt weird. It just felt weird.
Hmm.
I still got in about 5:30 every day because I knew I wasn't going to sleep until 6 or 7. So
Right. Charles, to answer your question, no, Vic did not follow me to Nashville, but he did follow me around quite a bit at the show. He somehow found me at all times during the show, when even I had some free time during the festivities.
Vic hit a level at the show,
Which he tends to do at every place I see him. So, I mean, none of that was new.
No, Vic hit a level and was just like, "You owe me. You owe me. You owe me." Like, I mean, he was getting pissy and grumpy. So I went to the VIP area because I did say I would buy him a drink. And he, not too kindly reminded me that I owed him a drink.
Okay.
So went to buy him a drink. Ran into Annie, Cam, our buddy Cam, used to work at Tap House. It's his wife. Now, Annie was having a good time. So they're both, a little drunk. So Vic started talking to Annie, and I just slowly backed away. So I left Vic with Annie. I kind of felt bad.
Did you get Vic that free drink he was looking for?
I did. I got him his drink. But then I ran into Vinny from Sponge, and we were supposed to have that beer with them backstage. He's like, "When are we having that beer?" I'm like, "Right now." And I was able to ditch Vic. Because he was walking around with a vendor's badge. I don't know how he got that.
I did not give that to him. I think I gave him a ticket.
Yeah, he had a vendor's badge. And he's
Yeah.
like, "I can get in here. I can just do whatever I want." I'm like, "No, you can't, man. Stop." So,
Yeah, I have no idea where you got that.
yeah, I don't know. Vic hit a whole nother level at the show.
Classic Vic, guys. Classic Vic. How much time we got?
We got about 4
4
minutes.
minutes? Okay. I'm going to bounce out for a quick second.
Sure. Sorry, guys. Beef sticks are back in the fridge. I was very happy. So we got all kinds of stuff still to get to today. So much surrounding the Dustin Poirier Conor McGregor fight. So much. So many things to cover. We're going to do that at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. And then at 9 o'clock, Marshall's going to get quizzed in the face. Today's topic is, who said it? Conor McGregor or a comic book character? So we'll do that at the top of the 9 o'clock hour. End the show with Marshall Music News. Then, of course, at the 7 o'clock hour, call, comment, and text. What do you regret buying? We've all made a purchase and then had buyer's remorse, whether it was instant or maybe a little bit after the fact. Call, comment, and text. You can text in at 800-394-1261. You can also comment in the chat. We had quite a few people respond via the Facebook page, so thank you guys for that. But that'll be after 7 o'clock. You can also vote in the Dude of the Week death match. The Carters, Jimmy and Rosalind, celebrating their 75th anniversary, or Golden Retrievers actually being used to comfort rescuers of the Miami condo collapse, which that's a sad story, but it's cool with this Golden Retriever story. You can get both of those stories now. Links are up on the Cotter and Marshall Show Facebook page. No. Yeah, no, one, I agree. Overall, the concert was great. I was very happy. I mean, you can always go, I wish we had more people. Obviously, you wish more people show up. But I was happy with it. I thought the bands were great. I thought everything was executed well. I love that venue. I mean, I just want to see more shows there. I don't care who's putting them on. I don't care what the genre is. It is a great venue for a concert. I thought it was really, really nice. So I want to see more shows there. Hopefully we'll do more. Maybe, we'll do something with one of our other radio stations. Maybe we'll get back to doing another rock show, but I just want to see more there. I think it was a great venue for that. And we really lucked out with the weather. Holy crap, did we luck out. Got about 2 minutes. But yeah, the weather thing was making me nervous, but I was happy how it went. That is an excellent point, Thomas. Excellent point. All right, got about 90 seconds. Yeah, I know, right? That's always a concern. But no, Wes, I thought Wes did great. I thought they sounded really good. Perfect way to close the show. I had to power rank coolness of rock stars, though. Richard Patrick, easily number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Wes Scantlin, number 2. Vinny from Sponge, number 3.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I need to get you the grand total of TikTok views on the concert slideshow that I created on my account. Cool. Yeah, do that. As 2 grown-ass men who don't understand TikTok, we would love to know that number.
Yes. Oh, yeah. We've all read those stories about Wes. I think we all had the same concerns. But he came. He was professional. It was great. All right, guys. Be right back. Be sure to hop on the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can join the Horde. Like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. Now, we're over a week past the Rock 106.1 20th anniversary concert with Connect Savannah. But not being on the air last week, just wanted to take a few minutes and really just say thank you to everybody for making this such a success, whether it was the vendors, the venue itself. Trustees Garden needs to be used for more shows.
Yeah.
Place is amazing.
It's one of those like secrets in Savannah where the venue's just not used a whole lot. But man, it's a perfect outdoor amphitheater, especially with how hot it was this that Saturday when we were out there. I mean, it was just a great venue in general. But thank you to everyone who came out and supported the radio station. We love that. We hope to do another one of these things in the future. But let's break down the bands because we were just off the air talking about how cool certain bands were how uncool certain other bands were. I'm going to go ahead and give the award for the coolest band to Filter.
Yeah,
those guys performed their hearts out.
Yep.
It was so hot. I mean, they were hitting the tippy top of the heat scale. And, of course, you're not cool unless you're wearing a black T-shirt, and they were all wearing black, so they were dying a little bit. But, man, they sounded great.
Yeah.
And Richard Patrick of Filter, who did an interview with us, you can actually watch that right now over at the Rock 106.1 or Cotter and Marsh Show Facebook page. That interview was fantastic. He was so great to talk to, super easy to talk to, and, man, he broke a little news, too, obviously, with a whole brand-new Filter album coming out at least by January 1st of next year.
No, I mean, he will go down top 3 coolest rock stars I've ever met. And I mean, I didn't know what to expect going in, but he wasn't what I expected. I mean, just very cool, down to earth. You brought up his brother, who obviously was
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick,
T-1000.
Terminator 2. And he geeked out over that. I mean, he was just as excited for his brother from a movie 20 plus years ago as he was from doing this. It was their first show since the pandemic, and you could just tell he was ready to be on stage.
Yeah, he was nervous. He had some butterflies, but man, he went up there, and what a great job that the guys from Filter did. Sponge, those were some interesting guys. Like, everyone in the band was so weird and eccentric in their own little ways. Vinny from Sponge, the biggest rock star diva-ish
Yeah.
of the day. I didn't expect that from the guys from Sponge, but Vinny came in like dressed for on stage. Like
Yeah,
when
he did.
came to the interview, he had like a black cutoff T-shirt tucked into his black jeans. He wore a ridiculously large chain while performing. Did you notice that?
Oh, yeah. Think Run DMC from like the 80s. That's exactly what he was wearing.
Yeah. And we did an interview with him and it was cool, but like it didn't seem like he wanted to play ball on some things. It seemed like he was acting like a rock star.
Yeah.
When we were just hoping he'd just be like a regular guy.
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
And then Wes, I mean, we've all heard the stories. We've all, had heard about the bad experiences that could happen with Wes Scantlin.
Yeah.
Dude was on it, man. I thought they sounded great. They played everything you wanted to hear from him.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was the perfect way to end the show. And Wes backstage, talking to him, just super cool guy.
Yeah, and just to clear it up, if you watch the interview with Wes, he was completely hungover.
Yes,
Yeah,
he was.
Wes is not sober.
No.
But he was sober enough to do our show and did a damn good job,
Yeah.
man. So very happy with him. Good luck to the rest of the tour dates. And they actually just announced 20 more. We'll talk about that in Marshall's Music News. But hey, you know what? We were like their first biggest show that the full band was with. He did an acoustic show, I think, like 2 weeks ago. But that was the first full band show that he did. And he knocked it out of the park.
Yeah,
so we're so happy to have Puddle of Mud, Filter, and Sponge really at the top of their game.
All right, so thank you to the bands. Thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to you guys for making it possible, for being part of our journey over the past 20 years. It meant a lot to us that we could all celebrate with you guys at the 20th anniversary concert. All right, coming up at the top of the 7 o'clock hour, taking your calls, comments, and text. What do you regret buying? We've all got buyer's remorse on something, whether it was an instant sensation of, I shouldn't have bought that, even if it was years later. What do you regret buying? Call, comment, and text now. 800-394-1061. We'll get to your stories next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Morning, Sean. How are you? All right, guys, so here's the deal. Our call-in segment today is about what do you regret buying? Sean, I know you have probably like 27 smokers. You probably regret buying most of them.
But does he?
Yeah. Well, probably not. He's very horny. He's a very horny gentleman for smoked meats. But anyway, go ahead and let us know. What is your biggest buying regret? Jeremy, good morning. Go ahead and drop your biggest buying regret into the chat. I'll let you take all of the Facebook ones.
Okay.
There was quite a bit on there. And then look at the shares if you can as well. I shared it, and I think I had one or two. I think they're mostly jokes, but sometimes the joke ones are good.
Yeah, that's good.
But good morning, everyone. Good morning, Horde. Happy to be back with you this morning. Once again, we're asking you guys, what is your biggest buying regret? What do you regret buying the most? Maybe it's a couple things. Maybe it's a trip. Maybe it's, well, a multitude of things. Let us know in the comments right now. We're going to share your stories coming up here in just a little bit. Sean, thank you for that. Gibby said there were so many audio tech things that happened. I can see how frustrated they got on stage. Filter and Puddle of Mud. Yeah, I think Filter had a thing right at the beginning. It was during the first song.
Yeah.
And then they actually had to restart one song, but that was actually on Filter, where Richard's timing was off. What's really cool was after Filter's performance, they were so kind to everyone.
Yes.
That kind of came up kind of side stage. So like all the fans that kind of rushed to the side stage, they signed a bunch of stuff. And I actually walked Richard Patrick back to the dressing room because he didn't know how to get back.
Right.
So I wound up walking back to the room with him. And he was just like kind of exhausted from the process.
I bet.
And I think he was kind of like stunned and happy about everything that happened. So I think he was really excited to kind of be back, especially on stage. I think it was great for the band. And it was Jonathan Racky, I think that's his name, and then the drummer as well. They were actually in the room as well, and they were like all jazzed about the performance.
Good.
So they were very excited about getting these first couple shows in. I think they felt good about it.
Nice. I got to go grab my coffee. I'll be right back.
Andrew, thank you for sharing that. Kind of back to back between Andrew and MK Ultra here with some buying regrets. Once again, guys, we are taking your buying regrets. So we're going to start our call-in segment here in about 5-ish minutes. What do you regret buying the most? Is it that former engagement ring? Is it a timeshare? You know? Is it too much Chipotle? Let us know in the stream today, and we'll share this with everyone. Your stories, our stories, coming up here in 5-10 minutes or so. But man, the 20th anniversary show. I mean, there's still so much to talk about, obviously. Got to talk about our boss. He did an amazing job, stunningly. A-Dub. Got to talk about our boss also, staying out till 2:30 in the morning the day prior to the show. So Friday night, he was out till 2:30 in the morning with a 6 a.m. wake-up call. Stunned he survived.
That's how I learned Wes was no longer clean and sober. When he's like, "Oh, I was out with Wes last night." Like, what are you doing? Why?
Yeah.
All worked out well.
I think Wes was picked up in one of our station vehicles, like the Bob 106.9 video.
Right.
Excuse me, not video, vehicle, truck. And there is a bottle of broken Jameson, apparently, that was in the back of the vehicle due to certain reasons.
Sure.
And now it reeks of booze.
Oh.
So we got to have it cleaned out.
Fair enough.
All right, guys, I know you got some good stuff. Go ahead and drop in your biggest buying regret. Gibby, let me hear yours. Wanda, I know you got some.
Salsa Mark hit us up.
Go ahead and let us know what your biggest buying regret is. Once again, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Wanda with the absolute dagger on the comments right now, talking about her biggest regret being her marriage license. Jesus. Going for the jugular this morning. Wanda's not holding back. Jeremy, thank you for your story there, bud. I definitely know Charles has got some. So, Charles, you better be either calling us or dropping us a story, buddy.
Sunday, just did some day drinking at the draft room. That was nice.
Okay, I'm familiar with that place.
Yeah. Both of our kids were at work, so the wife and I are just like, have some beers. So just went there and had a couple beers.
Yeah, Sunday, I drove 7.5 hours back, and it rained on me almost the entire time.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, it was raining in Nashville on Sunday morning, and then I got like the pretty epic, hey, Elaine, yes, we are alive. We're back. We're back, baby. Yeah, I got rained on in Chattanooga. So there was a massive thunderstorm, like pop-up shelf cloud thunderstorm. If you follow Jeremy Nelson, who's the meteorologist on WJCL on Twitter, he actually put up a picture. I mean, there was a literal like shelf cloud
right
in Effingham County when I was coming in on Sunday night, and it rained harder than I think I've ever seen it rain in my life. And I drove through it. I drove absolutely through it. So that was a fun experience for sure. But yeah, I just felt like it rained on me the entire time.
Yeah, that's never fun.
Like the whole time I was like, from the Crow movie, it can't rain all the time. It did.
It rained all of it.
It freaking did, man.
Oh, all right. We got about 6 minutes. I'm taking your calls, comments, and texts.
Charles, thank you so much for your story, buddy.
Yep, that's good. That's good.
David, thank you so much, pal. Appreciate that. Elaine says she was caught in a torrential downpour by Berwick. Took shelter in the Mexican restaurant there by Kroger. That actually sounds awesome.
Which Mexican restaurant? There's Mexicali Fresh, and then there's the other one that looks like a jalapenos but isn't.
Oh God, I hope it was Mexicali Fresh.
Yeah, that one that looks like jalapenos but isn't. I've never been more disappointed in a Mexican restaurant in my life. It was very weird.
That's racist.
I don't think so.
You tell me how tacos are supposed to be made, Cotter?
No, I just said I was disappointed.
No, she was stuck in the bad one.
Yeah,
No,
I'm so
mariachi,
sorry.
no.
So sorry.
Yeah, they should be inspected by someone. They probably shouldn't be open.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny. It's like, all right, so that whole area is 5 minutes from my house. And when we went and looked in that area the first time for houses, went and ate at Mexicali Fresh, and we're like, oh, this place is great. Move out here. Nice Mexican place. Moved out there. I've never been back to Mexicali Fresh. I don't know why.
Been there a couple times, man.
I like it. It's good.
Yeah, Mexicali Fresh is just like it's like the small step above jalapenos.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. It's just like a hair nicer.
Good call. Drinks and chips. That's the way to go.
Yeah, their menu sucked. All right, guys, once again, doing our call-in segment here in just a few moments. You guys have been killing it with the stories for me. Thank you so much, Kelly, and good Lord, the Vanagon. I still can't believe that thing doesn't run. But thank you once again for sharing your story. If I didn't say it, David, Charles, incredible stories there. Let's see. Elaine, come on, you got a story here. Go ahead and let us know what's your biggest regret buying.
The
Anyone
chips
else?
and drinks at mariachi.
If she got like a menu item, I'd be sad.
All right, we got about 4 minutes.
Okay.
I could tell mine.
I would anticipate you would. So with no phone call, let's go ahead and start off with you. Let's see. I'll go to stream. You'll knock out some Facebook.
Actually, was this one?
And then we'll flip it around for break number 2, depending on if there's a call or not.
This one actually has a story. So we can read this. It's not a... I forgot there was a story connected to this one.
Is there much? It doesn't look like there's much to it.
They've got a list of things that people regret buying, like the 10 things that most people regret.
Okay.
So we can run down. So I can run down some of those real quick.
Yeah. So start off with the story. I'll do some stream, and then just do 1 or 2 Facebook. We'll break it, and then we'll go me, Facebook, stream, and then our third break, we could do you to start off.
Do my story on the third break? That's cool.
Yeah. So the third break, you'll the third break is essentially the same as the first, except you'll do your own personal experience on the third. And then depending on if we get a phone call or not, we'll jam that into the third as well.
Aight.
Yo, Red, what's going on, man? Welcome back. Glad to have all you beautiful people here with us this morning. Fresh off a little vacay. I think you're taking a vacation near the end of the month, right? You're taking a couple days off?
Yep. We're going to leave Friday after the show, head down to Lake Dora, be out Monday and Tuesday, back on Wednesday.
Cool, but that's not till the end of the month. So I think they got at least guys got at least 2 weeks of us straight without.
Then I will have to take a day in August to move my kid.
Mhm.
That'll just be a Friday. Because of the oldest's new job, though, he may have to actually go to Kent early. So he may miss our vacation or may have to bail mid-vacation. We don't know exactly when he has to be there yet. But they want him there ASAP. Just waiting to get a couple apartments ready. So, I don't know. It'll be weird. Vacation without him if he has to leave early. I had to take a drug test yesterday. 2 hours. We sat there. It was awesome. It wasn't awesome.
No worries, Thomas. Thomas is going to bounce out. Dude, we'll see you here in a little bit. You always find your way back here. You can't get enough of us.
We need to have a horde meetup at Berwick.
We'll just do it at Cotter's house. He lives there.
That's true. You don't meet up at the draft room.
Why not?
I like
You
it.
got that big backyard. Do the big backyard, man.
It's true. All right, guys, be right back. Going to be taking your calls, comments, and texts this hour, 800-394-1061. What do you regret buying? Mine, that we'll get to here in a bit, the thing I regret buying, I'm still kind of sort of paying on it. I have not come out from that, regret yet. So we'll get to that here in a bit. Don't forget, join the Horde. That means you can jump on the stream each and every morning, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can watch along with the show, hang out with us during breaks. Also, like, follow, and subscribe. And you can always listen to the show. You can download the Rock 1061 app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker or check us out on the website. That is rock1061.com. So we're talking about things you regretted buying. And there was a survey that came out, and it was basically saying everybody has a regret purchase. You know, some of them are a little bit more instant. You get that buyer's remorse right away. Some of them maybe not, but about 51% of people say they made a big purchase that they regret. I think that's probably most people.
I feel like that's really low. About 100% of us have gotten drunk and went on Amazon or have, just randomly thought, you know what? The thing that really defines me is a sports car. And it turns out that was a huge mistake.
So some of the items on this list that people regret buying, a pet. I get that.
You're a monster.
But no, I mean, if you are not a pet person, but in your head you're like, I'm a pet guy. I could have an animal, and you get that animal, and you're like, nah, there's a reason I'm not a pet guy. I get the regret. It's unfortunate, but I get it.
But if you're the type of person who adopted an animal or bought an animal and then returned it, I don't like you.
There are those stories. Trust me. What about an engagement ring? Is the regret the purchase, or is the regret the end result when you propose?
No, it's twofold.
Right?
It's twofold. It's a regret on everything there. And trust me, we got some stories on the stream that I'll share that totally relate with that.
A couple other things on this list before we get to some of your guys's. A car, which you kind of mentioned. I get that. Fast food. I mean, are you regretting buying the fast food, or are you regretting eating the fast food?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. That's not making. Yes. Do I regret eating, the Big Mac that one time? Sure, maybe. But it's not on my list of things I uber regret purchasing.
If I could go back and take away all the Taco Bell meals I've had.
But would you?
I think I would.
Are you serious?
I think I would. Because I can only imagine the windfall of cash that I would have still to this day.
You'd have $75. Taking your calls, comments, and texts, 800-394-1061. What do you regret buying?
Now, Cotter, you talked about ex-wives and engagement rings. Well, let's go ahead and bring up a couple of our people on the stream. They brought this exact situation up. Andrew said, I regret my ex-wife's engagement ring and a timeshare.
Oh,
that's a relationship twofer.
Oh,
ooh, I know that's a brutal one. Now, MK Ultra One says I second the ex-wife's engagement ring, the wedding band too. So he went all the way through it and wanted to drop the megaton bomb this morning. She goes, I regret my marriage license. I hate being legally tied to someone.
Woo. Hopefully
Ugh.
the husband's still in bed.
Yeah,
not listening.
hopefully he's on a vacation away from you.
Cam, our buddy, used to work down at the tap house, said the car warranty I got sold by the second party.
No.
Did he answer the call that said your warranty's about to expire? Did he make that? Was he the guy? Is he the reason we all get those calls now?
Is he the only guy in the history of ever who answered that phone call?
I'm starting to wonder, is Cam the reason?
I wonder if he's the guy where his phone literally said scam call, and he's like, I'll take a chance.
Scam. Did I go to high school with that guy? I don't know. I should check.
Did I see a commercial for them? Do they have the gecko? Is that Scamco? What is this?
All right, 800-394-1061. Call, comment, and text. What do you regret buying? We got more of your stories coming up. Here's the latest from Five Finger Death Punch. It's Darkness Settles In. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of stories. Speaking of regret purchases, I don't know, maybe it's just been one or two stories where since the pandemic, a lot of people bought a pet, and now that the pandemic's kind of let up a little bit, a lot of people are returning their adopted pets. You people are monsters.
Yeah, I mean, and, we work with, foster through a local agency, and they'll get that. People will adopt the animal and then realize for whatever reason it's not a fit. A lot of times it's like, hey, we've got a 2-year-old who wants a pet. I'm like, does the 2-year-old really want a pet? They're 2. And you run into that situation there. So, yeah, that is unfortunate. I mean, I'm sure there's the situation where this, for whatever reason, this animal is not working for us. I mean, there could be those situations. But, I'm guessing a lot of it now is just the regret of, ooh, the pandemic's done. I no longer want this pet, which blows.
All right, guys, thanks for sticking around with us this morning. Once again, if you have a regret purchase, go ahead and let us know what that is. And we're sharing them with you. A lot of you guys have chimed in. Thank you so much with that. Especially Andrew, MK Ultra, and Wanda there. Thank you so much for sharing your brutal regrets, purchasing regrets this morning.
All right, I can reset with the story real quick.
Just do a quick reset.
Yep.
I'll jump into mine, pick the best Facebook ones, and then I'll wrap up with a couple streams. I'm going to finish up with Charles's comments.
Okay. Had a meeting today with the Jazz Festival people.
We worked with them last year, right?
Yep. Last year,
or was that 19? I forget.
No, it was last year during the pandemic because they did a socially distanced show down at the Ships of the Sea Museum, and they streamed the entire thing instead of obviously having a bunch of people in for a full show. I think typically they have it at the park at Foresight.
Yeah.
So the city has given them the thumbs up to move forward with a full-on show.
Cool.
So got a meeting with them because we're going to figure out our involvement there. But we'll be doing something again with them.
And we play back the audio on our sister station Rewind. Is that correct?
Yeah, we played a couple of the performances live, just as they were going. It was pretty cool. So, want to figure out what type of involvement they're looking for this year, since they'll be live and full on crowd.
Rhett said, it's not necessarily the purchase I regret. I regret not telling the wife about the purchase. Rhett, what was that purchase, man? I want to know. Because it sounds like it got you in trouble.
All right, I got about 50 seconds, so we'll be back. Marshall will share his purchasing regret. Share more of yours.
Just writing down some notes real quick.
All right, guys, be right back. So according to a new survey, only 51% of people say they've made a big purchase that they regret. And of those people, a quarter of them started regretting it within an hour. That didn't take long at all. Those include cars, furniture, houses, just the typical things. So we're taking your calls, comments, and texts today. 800-394-1061. What do you regret buying?
Yeah, and I mentioned it earlier, but Taco Bell. I regret buying every single meal I bought from Taco Bell. I have literally the body by Taco Bell. So, I mean, I must have spent, if I had to guess, lifetime purchasing Taco Bell meals, I have to be $10,000.
No.
I have to be $10,000.
It's so cheap. How is it $10,000?
I mean, at least you're going anywhere between $5 and $10 every single trip.
Yeah.
I've been there hundreds and hundreds of times. I mean, I think I spent $10,000 at Taco Bell.
Wow.
Yeah, lifetime. Lifetime
yeah.
38. Taco Bell has been, I mean, I took 1 year off just to see if I could, because I felt like I was addicted.
Right.
Like Taco Bell was putting nicotine in their taco shells or something. I felt like I was addicted to Taco Bell. I took 1 year off. I've been back on Taco Bell. I would say I would eat Taco Bell minimum twice a month.
Okay.
Minimum twice a month.
That's not bad, though.
Still.
I mean, that's it. I mean,
I'm sure there's been some months where it's been way more than that.
Right. But I mean, it could be, I mean, twice a month. Even if you're saying once a week, I mean, it's not an every week thing, but say you go a month where it's once a week. I mean, still not horrible.
Thanks for trying to make me feel better about my Taco Bell purchase.
It could be worse.
I just want my money back. Right? I never at the end of eating Taco Bell did I go, that was a good idea.
That's fair. That's fair.
Here's another purchasing regret of mine. I've owned, oddly, 3 Chevy Cavaliers in my life.
Really?
The first one, I was 16 years old. My first one was a 1985 red Chevy Cavalier. Turns out I didn't really understand the concept of what you would call an oil change, and my car blew up.
Oh.
Literally a piston rod shot through the top of the engine. Pretty sure that was due to it never having an oil change. Second one, I got hit while sitting in traffic. It was raining.
Okay.
Old lady slid in the back of me. Car was a 1986 Chevy Cavalier, blue.
Ooh, stepping up.
Yeah, 1 year. That absolutely got totaled. And then I went to the 2003 Chevy Cavalier after that, and that I eventually just traded in for an SUV. But I regret every Chevy Cavalier purchase. They're not great cars,
okay,
at all. They're not comfortable. I don't know why I kept buying them, mostly because I couldn't afford anything. Each one I think was like $1,000 outside of that last one. It was just bad choices. I wish I got a cooler car growing up.
Mac chimed in and said, "Brand new car, never again." I mean, I don't think I'll ever be that guy that buys a brand new car. I mean, just to me, the amount of money you're paying for something brand new that you can get for way cheaper if it's a few years, used, few thousand miles on it. I don't know. I don't get the point of buying a brand new car.
My aggressive old man brain has been telling me to buy a new car recently, and I've been fighting it. I've been fighting it, Cotter.
So why do you think that's kicking in?
Just what is it? Midlife crisis.
Okay.
I don't know what I made 38 times 2. Yeah, 75-ish. Yeah, I'm hitting about right. I think I'm hitting a midlife crisis right about now.
Yeah.
Give me that. I kind of want a truck. I've been wanting a truck for a while.
Well, I mean, but doesn't it have to be new?
I don't know. Kind of want it new.
Just because you want to be the first person?
No, I don't know. I just want I want that virgin truck, Cotter. I was promised it when I was growing up. No, I kind of want it right now, and I want like the sports edition with the things and the lights and the tires. I don't know. Something inside of me, my manly instincts tell me, I should be buying a new truck.
It just seems like you're spending tens of thousands of dollars that you don't need to.
Yeah, I know. I literally know this. Why do you think I haven't bought it yet? I'm fighting. There's an internal struggle inside of me. about this damn truck.
Like the survey, like the people in the survey who would regret it in about an hour of their
Right.
purchase. That will be you.
Yeah, I'm Will Arnett from Arrested Development. I made a huge mistake.
Also, falling in the theme of exes, Jeremy is just like regrets buying his ex anything. That is money you're never getting back. This time, you're never getting back.
True. I got some here on the stream. Speaking of Jeremy, it's a different Jeremy. He said, I regret buying a side project boat that ended up costing me 3 times as much and still doesn't run.
Ooh, side project boat.
Oh, man. I'd just rather go with a side chick. Get more out of it. And then finally, Charles on the stream, he goes, biggest regret for real was about 20 years ago.
Okay.
Needed a truck, bought a Dodge Dakota. Mechanically, okay, but it was like squeezing in and out of a condom. Got rid of it after a month.
Was it lubed? I mean, was it at least?
No, not for his pleasure.
Oh,
it could have been. Definitely wasn't.
All right, more of your calls, comments, and text, 800-394-1061. I'll also share my story, the thing I regret buying that I'm still basically paying for to this day. It's coming up next, 800-394-1061. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Andrew goes, buy the truck, Marshall. You're not helping, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't.
No, I know buying a new vehicle by percentage, by literal the facts is not the best investment. But
I get it.
If there's anyone who happens to work at a dealership, hit me up. Sean says, my wife owned 3 also. I'm guessing about Chevy Cavaliers. She got stranded with the first one and then bought 2 more and got screwed by the other 2 also. I don't know. Maybe that's just the mantra of Chevy Cavalier. They suck. That's why they stopped making them for a minute. I think they brought them back.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they stopped making them for a couple years. They wound up bringing them back.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know if it's a new. I've never noticed the color before, but there's a couple in the little area where I live. It's like the gray truck, not silver. It's like a darker gray.
Yeah,
I love that color.
Yeah, concrete gray.
Yes, so it's like there's one that right on my street where the truck is that gray, and then it's like black rims, black everything else around it. I'm like, that is cool as hell. I really like that color.
Yeah, that was. I think that was some of the one I was actually looking at most recently was that way.
Okay.
Elaine says, don't buy the electric truck that limits you to 500 miles before charging. That actually sounds like a good idea. I drive a crappy Hyundai Elantra right now.
Right.
And it's my road trip car. I bought it with 28,000 miles 3 years ago. I'm about to tip over 100,000 miles.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so I mean, it's
done some damage.
It's taken me everywhere. I've gone on road trips. I go on a lot of road trips to Florida and the Carolinas. Most recently, a couple to Nashville or Tennessee, excuse me. And I put a crap ton of miles on it. And it's done really well. I've only had to replace like the battery and tires. Like it's done so well for me, but it is an ugly car. And I understand it. It's not a great looking car, but it was cheap and it's done me well.
Yeah, I get that.
Wanda goes, I remember my Cavalier. Me and my friends gave that car hell. Yeah, they definitely didn't. They do not hold up. I beat the living piss out of them. I obviously didn't change the oil in the first one. That was my bad. Oh, my second car probably should have been taken away from me because my friend left a joint in the front little cup holder thing, like a change thing they had, like on the front side of the shifter knob. And I got pulled over. Now that I look at it, it was very visible because I stood up and was kind of looking at the angle after I found it.
Right.
Maybe it was tucked in just a little bit, like on the closer edge. But if a cop searched my car, they would have completely found a joint in my car. Probably shouldn't have had. And like we were young then, so like drinking and driving was really cool. Like we just take beers and just drive around town. And like this wasn't like, oh, Marshall, the 70s. This was like 97.
Yeah.
98. We were stupid.
I get that.
Rhett goes, make sure to tell your wife if you buy bigger tires for your truck. I will. I definitely will. Hoping to get them just put on before, I bring it home. It's like, yeah, it comes with those. Greg, good morning, man. Thanks for swinging around, hanging with us this morning. Once again, we're asking everyone, what is your biggest purchasing regret? Greg, if you got something, man, hit us up. Let us know what your biggest purchasing regret is. I'm guessing all those stupid-ass, ugly running shoes that you own. But if that happens to be the case, just let us know. This break here, you're doing your stories.
Yep, I'll share mine.
And then I got a couple stream.
Yeah, I don't have any more on the Facebook.
Yeah, you threw me off on the Facebook because you just did one. And I was like...
That was about it, sorry.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, that was about it. Oh, right. This Friday, wrestling is back in Savannah. CEW going to be at Coastal Empire Beer Company. Showtime is 7 o'clock. Get your tickets at Coastal Empire Wrestling's Facebook page. I believe I'll be ring announcing again. They haven't asked this time, but they haven't asked most of the times. And I just ring announce anyway. So I'm assuming I'll be doing that. If not, I'll be there drinking.
Andrew says, y'all are back. There goes my productivity. Good morning, whore.
Now we are here to lower everybody's productivity numbers.
All right, so this one, we're going to start with you and your regrets. I'm going to do 2 on the stream.
Okay.
We do have a ton of them. Thank you, everyone, for sharing yours. But I'm going to share, I'm just going to share these 2 right here. I'm going to highlight them so I can read them a little bit better because I'm blind, apparently. There we go. So I'll do 2 on mine.
Right.
I'll end with Sean's.
Okay.
And then I'll let you, you don't have any more Facebook. So I guess we'll
just end with Sean.
Yeah, we'll end with Sean here, and then that'll be a wrap. And then we'll get right into the Dude of the Week death match. Did you have a post go up for Dude of the Week death match?
This morning.
Coming up later in the show this morning, we are going to be talking, let's see, Dustin Poirier, Dustin the Diamond Poirier versus Conor McGregor. That happened on Saturday night, but there was like so much stuff that happened afterwards. It's kind of ridiculous. So we're going to break down some of the stuff that happened with that. We'll also do trivia at the bottom of the 8 o'clock hour with Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout trivia. And then we have Quizzed in the Face. Cotter will be putting me to task on a quiz top the 9 o'clock hour. Then we'll wrap up the show with Marshall's Music News today.
Quiz in the Face is, who said it, Conor McGregor or a comic book character? So basically, I'll give you a quote, and then I will give you the choice. Was it Conor or a specific comic book character?
Greg says, my biggest purchase regret, extra large condoms. They talk like one size fits all. Teeny ass things. By the way, tell your mom I said hi, Marshall. Don't talk about my running shoes. Jeez, you took those real personal, Greg. Jeez. If it means anything, dude, I know you're not rich enough to actually purchase running shoes. You run in your bare feet, you Neanderthal. All right, guys, coming up here in about a minute, we're going to wrap up our call-in segments, our text-in segments, our comment segments. What do you regret buying the most? I think I already know Cotter's. He's been talking about it for years. That's how I know. But we'll wrap this break up, and then we'll go right into Dude of the Week Deathmatch to wrap up our 7 o'clock hour today. We'll let you guys vote on that once we get into it here in just a few minutes.
All right, we got about 35 seconds. All right, guys, be right back. We're taking your calls, comments, and texts today. 800-394-1061. What do you regret buying? Mine is simple because technically we're still kind of feeling the effects of this purchase. Back in 2006, moved to Lincoln, Nebraska. Took a job at a radio station in Lincoln. I spent the first, 4 or 5 months there by myself. And then my wife and kids came out after the school year was done. So I had to look for a house to purchase because we were going to buy a house. We sold our house in Illinois. We were ready to move. So we purchased this house. 6 months later, I am bored out of my mind on this job. Mm-hmm. I was done by 2:00 every day. It was just utterly boring. No satisfaction whatsoever. So my boss, my old boss from Illinois, reached back out and said, hey, we have this new opportunity. We're going to make more money. We're going to do some cool things. So I took the job. So 6 months after purchasing a brand new home, dumbass me said, screw it, let's sell the thing. So we own this home. Okay, we lived in this home total for about a year because after I moved back to Illinois, my wife and kids stayed in Lincoln, Nebraska at the house we purchased, and we sat there and tried to sell it. And we took such a hit on this house that honestly, still feeling the effects of it today. What is it, 14 years later? And we'll finally have, we had a couple, credit cards that we've been paying off on for years. As of December, finally be out from underneath this house.
Nice.
Completely. But if I could go back and tell myself anything, it'd be like, do not purchase anything in Lincoln, Nebraska. You're not going to be here long enough. And talk about just utter regret. I mean, we thought we were there forever. There was no intentions of going back.
Right.
That didn't last long.
Man, you guys bought a house right out the gate, too.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. And I mean, and that was we didn't own a home from then until the house we just purchased in 2019. We rented a house when we first got here for 12 years.
Right.
So, I mean, it was that long before we felt comfortable owning a home again because that thing just bit us in the ass.
Yeah, that's a brutal story, but I'm glad you're finally seeing the end of the tunnel after almost 15 years there. So we got some comments on the stream. This one's from Elaine. She goes, I bought a beautiful Ford Bronco back in the 90s.
I love the Broncos.
And they just brought it back, too. I just saw one on the roadway when I was driving around this past weekend. Those things are sexy. Now, she said it looked damn good every time it left me on the side of the road.
Oh, no.
Apparently, the Broncos weren't built, Ford Tough back then. How about this one from Sean? What do I regret buying? My smoker. It's made me an absolute horny meat monster. And it's sickening, really. Sickening.
Don't lie. Sean does not regret becoming a horny meat monster.
No, he's a man who smokes too much meat. Now, is that possible?
I don't know
for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's the guy.
All right, coming up next, we got the Dude of the Week death match. We've got Jimmy and Rosalind Carter celebrating their 75th anniversary, taking on some golden retrievers, helping out the rescuers of the condo collapse in Miami. You can read the stories and vote now. Cotter and Marshall Show on Facebook. We'll also break those down next. Dude of the Week death match on the way. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1. Here's Creed.
Dennis says you got to do the quiz in the face in your best Irish accent.
I can't do an Irish accent, so we'll avoid that at all costs.
All right. Sean says, buy a used truck, bought a 2012 GMC Sierra with 80K on it, still rocking strong to this day, pulls my camper like a champ.
Nice. Mamacita.
Oh, Sandy.
Welcome
back. Greg doesn't know. He goes, what's in Lincoln? I didn't even know they had radio antennas.
Literally, the only thing in Lincoln is the Cornhuskers football team. I mean, that's all. That's all that's there. That's all people care about. It is utterly ridiculous. On game day, Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, technically the third largest city in the state of Nebraska.
Right.
It's dumb.
I didn't know there were other cities in Nebraska, honestly.
It's Omaha and Lincoln.
I thought the state capital was just a cornfield.
It's Omaha and Lincoln, and then you've got other little places. Beatrice. Not Beatrice. Beatrice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why? Why do that?
Yeah, I got into a conversation this weekend about places that you think you'd be able to pronounce correctly that when you move there, they're just utterly wrong. Like when I first moved here, I forget where I said it. It was on air or I was voicing a commercial, and I said Okady instead of Okety. And then, I said Beaufort instead of Buford, I think, or something to the effect of that.
In North Carolina, it is Beaufort,
Mm-hmm.
and in South Carolina, it's Buford.
Yep.
And, I mean, you have so many. Duren, Whitmarsh Island. It's spelled White Marsh Island, guys. It really is.
Yeah, I was talking to my buddy who lives in Nashville, who we're both from Illinois originally, both from the central Illinois area, and he was just like ripping all the surrounding like cities and stuff with the way they pronounce their names. But yeah, just wild stuff.
Yep.
I see Marshall has a new Blazer guy. Oh, as a new Blazer guy. Dude, the new Blazers are actually awesome. Okay. I don't know how they ride, but man, they are sexy vehicles. I actually almost got A-Dub. Speaking of A-Dub, who was on with us earlier this morning, A-Dub was looking into getting a new vehicle. And I'm like, dude, the new Dodge Blazer is sick. And they are sexy machines. I think that one is a great vehicle. Yeah, I definitely want to get into more of an SUV or a truck. I'm thinking more truck, honestly, but I kind of want to keep my crappy little Elantra just because of it's almost paid off, and just like it is such a great road trip car.
Yeah, I get that.
All right, guys, here in less than 2 minutes, we're going to get into Dude of the Week Deathmatch. As Cotter mentioned just a few moments ago, our first Dude of the Week nominee is Jimmy Carter. He has eclipsed the 75-year wedding anniversary with his wife, Rosalind. Then our second Dude of the Week nominee is 9 golden retrievers coming in from out of state, going down to Florida to help the emotional toll of that whole Miami Surfside condo collapse. So I will let you guys vote on that here in just a few moments.
All right, we got about 1 minute. All right. Yeah, after 8, we'll talk about the Poirier-McGregor fight. So I mean, it's a circus, man. It is a circus. One of you will take us on in trivia. So still lots to get to. First day back after a week off. 30 seconds. All right, we'll be right back. Who's going to become the Dude of the Week? Is it the Carters? Is it 9 golden retrievers? It's up to you. Details coming up. First, don't forget, hop on the stream. We are back in studio after taking a week off. The stream is back up as well. You can watch the show each and every morning. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. This is your chance to become part of the Horde. The Horde is everybody hanging out on the stream each and every day. So jump on board, get that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. While you're there, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe as well. It's time for you guys to pick the Dude of the Week. Up first, former President and First Lady Jimmy and Rosalind Carter celebrating 75 years of marriage, both born in the 1920s in Plains, Georgia. Now, initially, when Jimmy's like, hey, will you marry me? She said, nope, I'm good. Because she made a promise to her dad. She graduate college first. She did that. Then they got married. And they just seem like the perfect couple. I'm sure they have their issues. They may have their moments. But they do such good work with Habitat for Humanity, building houses into their 90s. And they still just seem like they generally like each other.
Yeah, Jimmy had cancer, and he was still building houses for Habitat for Humanity. Now, he said the best thing I ever did was marrying Rosalind. And, of course, now they are celebrating 75 years of marriage together. Now, Jimmy Carter also, big ups to him. He has now lived longer than any other U.S. president in history. So also kudos to him. So that is our first Dude of the Week nominee.
Number 2, 9 golden retrievers. Now, they were brought in from out of state, heading down to Florida in Miami, and they're there to basically comfort first responders and rescuers of the Miami condo collapse. And they use these kind of therapy dogs because, I mean, the people who are looking, for survivors or looking for people who were, in this condo collapse. I mean, it just takes its toll emotionally on these people, and the dogs are there just to comfort them and hopefully just make them feel better.
Yeah, they're well-proven therapy for depression, anxiety, and other forms of stress like PTSD, suicide ideation. Yeah, I think that's a word. Anyway, they're very great and the goodest of boys. So we need you guys to help us out to determine the Dude of the Week.
So you can vote right now on the stream, or you can vote on the Cotter and Marshall Show Facebook page. Dude of the Week death match. Is it the Carters? Is it 9 golden retrievers? It's all up to you. Vote now. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061. I'm going to get some water.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and lay in your votes, if you don't mind, for everyone hanging on the stream, of who the Dude of the Week deathmatch winner should be. Let's see. Currently, I think I have, let's see, one for the dogs from Dennis. Dennis goes, dogs, 75 years. Too damn long to wake up to the same person. Sean also goes, dogs. Currently, the dogs are winning. Guys, go ahead and drop in your votes for the Dude of the Week death match. That's between Jimmy and Rosalind Carter, 75 years together, and those sweet-ass puppies. Helping people out in that terrible condo crash that happened back, I think, 2 weeks ago at this point. Thanks for voting, Wanda. Appreciate that.
See you later, Wanda.
Where did you post the Dude of the Week? Was it Rock or Cotter?
Cotter Marshall.
All right. Thanks for your vote, Charles.
I was thinking for the McGregor thing, splitting it up into the 2 breaks. Break number 1, just kind of, the fight itself, what happened, surgery, blah, blah, blah. And then the second break, the nonsense surrounding it with everything else. The necklace, Mayweather's bet, McGregor threatening to kill people.
Those dogs are running away with it.
Yeah, they are.
Holly, I'll take that as a vote for the Carters there. Currently, I think I have it, it's like 5-1. A little overwhelming at this point. I mean, come on. I feel like the goodest of boys. The puppies, we're going to win the entire time. But you guys can still change that. Feel free to once again, go ahead and vote on the stream for either the Condo Dogs or the Carters.
All right. Coming up out of the commercials, we got 0936. Tune Adrenaline. They're one of the bands that'll be at Victory North later on this year.
What show are they on?
Want to say they're on the Pop Evil show.
Gotcha.
Because you have them, and then For the Glory is the other one. I think they're on the POD show. It's either that or vice versa.
All right, guys, we're in the midst of the Dude of the Week death match. Feel free to drop in your votes. We'll proclaim our winner here in just a few moments. After Dude of the Week death match, we'll obviously take a short break, play the commercials, they pay the bills, and then we'll come back with the Poirier-McGregor breakdown. I mean, so much stuff has come out after the fight. That's why we're kind of talking about it just a couple days later.
Yeah, there's just a lot of ridiculousness. Even this is like new levels, even for McGregor.
Mm-hmm.
Just with the amount of stuff involved or surrounding this fight. Not that he was directly involved in all of it, but as a result of him. So, yeah, interesting stuff.
Oh, Sean says, side note, I put up 42 drunk line flyers. I hope they made it into some great locations. Hopefully we'll get some calls from those, Sean, but thank you.
Sean, I agree. McGregor has almost become a caricature of himself.
I mean, he's past his prime.
Yeah.
I mean, and once again, we can get into this here in a few minutes, but McGregor's past his prime. He knows what he's doing at this point. He knows exactly what he's doing at this point. I mean, the dude cut a promo sitting on his ass at the bottom of the cage after, his legs shattered in two. But we'll get into that here in just a little bit. I don't want to waste any of the good stuff until we jump into it.
All right, got about 3 minutes left. Dude, I don't know when they announced it. Afro Man at Victory North.
Yeah, I saw that last night, I think, for the first time. Yeah, Afro Man coming to Victory North.
August 11th.
Would you really want to pay money to see Afro Man for one song?
Yeah, I know. Because that's the only reason you're going, right? It's like when Sir Mix-a-Lot rolled through. It's like you're there for one song only. And even Sir Mix-a-Lot's got the couple-ish.
Yeah, but Afro Man doesn't.
No, it's one and one song only.
How much are tickets on that show? Go look real quick.
Let me see.
I mean, if it was $15, if it was less than $20, I can maybe convince myself, yeah, Afro Man is a good purchase. But I really can't outside of that.
I mean, I don't know. Some artists surprise you. $30.
Yep, too much.
Some artists surprise you where they'll be like, "Oh fuck, he's more talented than he's got more going on than just the one song."
According to News for You magazine, he is one of the most entertaining shows of 2021. Afro Man isn't just an artist; he's a total performer. Crowds love him.
There you go.
Not straight up, man. He's got the one song. It's not.
I'm not saying he doesn't have, yeah, but I mean, could be a fun performer.
So I'm on the Victory North page where you buy tickets and everything.
Right.
And it literally says legendary American rapper, singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, Afro Man, performing the first time in Savannah, Georgia. When I think of Afro Man, I don't think of any of that stuff.
I think of Jay and Silent Bob doing the video.
So tickets are $30 plus $7 in fees, $37.27 a ticket for Afro Man.
Hey, man.
I can't do it. I could not do it.
That's fair.
I mean, Adelita's Way is coming back for the second time in like 6 months, and they will put on probably a 10 times better show than Afro Man for the first time, and for cheaper.
All right, guys, be right back. We're going to declare the winner of the Dude of the Week death match in just moments. Is it the Carters? Is it 9 Golden Retrievers? It was left in your hands. We got the results coming up. Don't forget, hop on the stream, join the Horde, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. You can always like, follow, and subscribe. And you can listen to the show. Just download the Rock 1061 app for free. Get us on your in-home smart speaker, or as always, you can listen on the website, rock1061.com. We had 2 nominees for Dude of the Week this week. First, former President and First Lady Jimmy and Rosalind Carter celebrating 75 years of marriage. That is just a very long time.
That's unheard of.
You really have to like that person.
Yeah. Wow. And that's. I mean, when they get married, she had to graduate college?
Yeah, she had to graduate college. She made a promise to her dad that she would graduate college before she got married. So he initially asked her to marry him, and she said no. But then she graduated college, and they got married after that.
So they're both in their like mid-90s.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, they're in their 90s.
Good Lord.
They're doing good. So they're nominee number 1. Nominee number 2, 9 Golden Retrievers who are taken from out of state down to Miami, there to basically comfort the rescuers and first responders of that Miami condo collapse. And it was really no contest. I mean, it is 9 Golden Retrievers. We have Dudes of the Week today, Marshall.
Yes, 100% confirmed, these Golden Retrievers. Now, fun little fact, now, when a human pets a dog in a friendly manner, it apparently releases oxytocin into our system, which makes us feel good. So actually just go pet a dog. Ask the owner first. But make sure to go pet a dog. They are our bestest of friends and the Dudes of the Week.
I'm not going to lie. I got a dog, adopted a dog during the pandemic last year. Best thing I did in 2020 is adopt Mr. Blonde. In a bad mood, go home. Instantly in a better mood because Mr. Blonde's there.
Mr. Blonde.
I'm telling you. Adopt a dog if you can. All right, coming up after 8 o'clock, we've got to talk Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor. I know the fight went down on Saturday, but there was just so much surrounding this fight. I mean, some of it, Mayweather's involved. The Paul brothers are involved. This whole thing was McGregor threatened to kill people. It's a circus.
I think McGregor could be 80 years old and still headline a UFC fight.
Yes.
He's that entertaining. He's that much of an entertainer.
All right, we're going to talk about that coming up next. This is the Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 1061.
Greg says, I'm doing a write-in for Dude of the Week, the guy who caught the baseball while juggling his kid. Didn't drop the kid, his beer, or the ball. Yeah, that was last week. I saw that, too.
Saw that.
That was last week. Definitely would have been a winner for last week's Dude of the Week, for sure. All right, guys, we're into the second half of the show once we get past these commercials. Going to talk, obviously, the Poirier-McGregor fight. Talk about our 20th anniversary show, wrapping it up. Man, we had some great pictures from our dude Val from the company Shout Pixel. Man, he does amazing work, and you can actually see pictures of our show just in case you missed it. And that was just a small taste. I mean, I had hundreds of photos from our show, but that was just a small taste. You can actually view a huge gallery up right now over at the Rock 1061 Facebook page. I'm going to go to the restroom.
Okay.
Leave you be.
All right, so McGregor, Poirier, going to talk that. Trivia. Marshall's going to get quizzed in the face just after 9 o'clock. Today's quiz: who said it, Conor McGregor or a comic book character? Then tomorrow, bringing back a feature we used to do in the afternoons. The Mount Rushmore is back. Going to have that tomorrow. I think I know the topic, but I don't want to say it out loud yet because it's not 100% confirmed. But the Mount Rushmore is back tomorrow. First time for the Cotter and Marshall show. Thank you guys for hopping back on the stream after a week off. We appreciate that. Yeah, dude, that ankle, man. Holy crap. That was just crazy. That's like 2 UFC pay-per-views in a row where somebody's just busted their leg in a weird way. Nothing good's coming to that. So getting up at 3 today sucked, ain't gonna lie. Not that I slept in, to 10 o'clock every day when Marshall was out. I was usually up by 5:30. But yeah, getting up at 3 was rough. Nap is definitely going to be required today. No doubt about it. There will be naps today. I've got the meeting for the Jazz Fest, and then going back into Kelly Borders over at Honor and Grace, and finishing up my leg tattoo. So pretty excited about that. So yes, I shaved my leg this morning. So that'll be finished up. And it's weird, for the first time in a long time, I don't have my next tattoo planned. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I'm going to start getting souvenir tattoos, and I'll probably do my first one. I'm going to go back down to Austin, Texas in October. So I'll probably get my first souvenir tattoo then. But I don't have like a big piece planned, which is very weird. I don't know what to get next. Don't know where to get it next. Run out of room. I guess I got the back of my leg, since I'm only getting this new tattoo on the front part. I've got my my right thigh still. Yeah, I don't know. Running out of space. And I'm not the type of guy that can get a tattoo like on my stomach or anything like that. Too flabby. too much flab going on there. I don't think it'd be a good look for me, so I'll stay away from that. Rhett, that is a stellar question. I would love to give some tickets away for that. I don't know yet. See what Marshall has contact-wise there. And we'll let you know. Hopefully. All right, once again, talking Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier after 8 o'clock. A lot of stuff evolved with that whole fight that went down on Saturday. One of you will take us on in trivia, and then Marshall's going to get quizzed in the face to kick off the 9 o'clock hour. Okay, question. Because if I don't get a nap today, I really thought, what are the chances I fall asleep while getting a tattoo? Have any of you guys ever fallen asleep while getting a tattoo? It's like just with the needle and everything like that, I find it hard to believe that I could do it. But if I don't nap, I'm gonna be so tired. There's a really good chance I could fall asleep while getting a tattoo. Has that ever happened to anybody on the stream right now? I'm very curious. I have not had the Busch Light apple, Sean. I think I've seen it. I don't know. Maybe not. But no, I have not had it. I have fallen asleep while getting my sleeve worked on. We had to wrap up my arm, the chair, and I sleep. Nice. Yes, I have had tattoo festival. All right, good. I'm not the only one. Or I'm. It's possible, I guess, is more what I'm saying. Falls asleep with almost every tattoo he has gotten. Damn. Saying I'm getting my going into Honor and Grace today to finish up my leg. If I don't get a nap ahead of time, I'm gonna be stupid tired at 3:00. What are the chances I fall asleep while getting a tattoo? We've joked that I can fall asleep anywhere at any time. I think this is the ultimate test.
Yeah, I see that some people have done that before. That's that's crazy. I definitely can't say I've ever done that for sure. Yeah, my wife is a dental hygienist, speaking of, and Rhett says that he's actually fallen asleep in the dentist chair before. She says that a lot of people fall asleep in the dentist chair.
Really?
Which is so weird to me.
You have to wake them up, or you just keep going.
Just keep going.
All right.
Yeah, until it's over. You just wake them up afterwards, I guess.
Hey, multitasking. Get a nap in. So yeah, there's a really good chance I'll fall asleep getting a tattoo today.
You said your appointment was at 3:00?
3:00. Because I'm not going to go home. Got that meeting with the jazz people.
You said, when are you doing the Jazz Fest meeting?
2:00.
Is that via phone, or are they here in the
No,
building?
we're actually going to them. So 7 hours getting work on my thigh, dozed off multiple times. Good, all right.
I don't know. Maybe because the thigh isn't like a highly sensitive area. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I've never actually had my thigh tattooed before, but good Lord. I mean, I couldn't imagine falling asleep during any of my tattoo work that I've gotten done on my left arm, which is, almost a completed sleeve. So
Yeah.
good for you guys who could just like drift away.
Yeah, this is on my shin, so I'll be I don't know, because it's not the most pleasant of spots. Not the worst, but not the most pleasant.
Yeah, that needle's bouncing off your bone.
But this will be the first time in years that I don't have a big tattoo planned out with what I want to do next. And it's kind of weird. So it's like, I know I talked about I'm going to start getting like the souvenir tattoos, but I'm just going to do little things, on my back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably get the first one of those when I go to Austin in October. But I don't have my next like big tattoo planned out. It's kind of weird. I'm running out of room. I don't have the body to get one on like my stomach and stuff. Too much flab going on there. I don't think that's a good look, so I'll stay away from that.
Do you have both of your legs, both your arms done now?
Both my legs, so both my arms are done. Chest is done. The bottom part of my right leg is done. My right thigh is not done. My left thigh is done, and then the front part of my shin will be done on my left leg. So, I mean, I still got space, but
Rudy says the stomach really effing hurts.
yeah, like I said, I don't have the body for a stomach tattoo, so I'll be staying away from that probably. Just need a back piece now. That's what I'm going to do with the souvenir tattoos, because I couldn't think of what I wanted, massive enough for my back. It was like, what do you want? It's it's such a, so major. So what I'm going to do is, when we go places, I'm going to reach out to a tattoo shop and be like, look, $200-$300. It's all I'm, just one sitting, one and done, with me being able to say yes or no. Do something that's you. I'll pick an artist and I'll give them kind of free reign, like within, being reasonable, and just go, I've got $200-$300. Can you squeeze me in for a quick tattoo? You do what you want to do, and I'll just get it on my back. My back will just become this hodgepodge of little souvenir tattoos.
Lane says you get a 6-pack of Busch Light Apple tattoo on your stomach.
Done. I'm going to stay away from the face tats. I really like...
Couldn't hurt.
I really like, I think the look of tattoos on hands. I love the look of it, but I don't think I can commit to that, because I don't know where I'm going to... I mean, right now, yes, I have a lot of tattoos, but I can cover all of them up if I have to. So I love the look of tattoos on hands, but I'm just like, I don't know if I can commit to that, because you're really effing yourself if, sometime down the road later, your job, isn't a fan of that. So I've stayed away from that.
They're letting Disney employees show off their tattoos, so I think you're in a spot where you could probably do it.
The hands, though, I don't know if they're gonna go. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's too far. But yeah, I did see when we were down. We went to downtown Disney, and I did see my first Disney employee rocking some sleeves. I'm like, yes, I have a chance. All right, guys, got about 3 minutes. Gonna do a couple breaks here talking about McGregor Poirier.
Save the back for each beer you drink. Get each beer logo tattooed on your back.
It's a lot.
Says Rhett.
That's a lot. Yeah, no, I think, like I said, I'm just I'll find a tattoo artist that I like in places where I go, and I'll just be like, hey, $200-$300, hour and a half, whatever. Just, pick something small, something you do well, and put it on my back. You want to get a tattoo of the barbecue logo? Maybe. Better be some good barbecue. All right, got about 2 minutes. A tick mark for each beer. All right, got about under 90 seconds. Excuse me.
I got kicked out of the chat for some reason.
Oh.
We're still online, so that's cool. But yeah, for some reason, I'm not able to get back into the chat, which is strange.
All right, we got about 40 seconds. All right, guys, be right back. We're going to talk Poirier, McGregor here in just moments, and the circus that was UFC's latest pay-per-view this past Saturday. First, don't forget, join the Horde. Check out the live stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. You can always listen to the show. You can download the Rock 1061 app for free. You can get us on your in-home smart speaker. You can also check us out at rock1061.com. So UFC had their latest pay-per-view this past Saturday. Dustin Poirier took on Conor McGregor for their third time. I want to say the first one happened like 2014.
Yeah, it was quite a few years ago, yeah.
With McGregor picking up the win. The second fight just went down past January with Poirier picking up the win. Mm-hmm. Now, going into this, I was like, man, I think if McGregor loses, he's done. Because he's become a caricature of himself. He's always been loud, brash. He gets it. He can put butts in seats. He's better than most pro wrestlers at just being a bad guy that you love to see get their ass kicked. He's great at that. But the way this fight ended, I'm stepping back on my comments is that we won't see him in the octagon again. I think we'll totally see him in the octagon again. Now, toward the end of the first round, he basically shattered his ankle. It was gnarly.
Yeah, it was, as they called it, a clean break of the tibia. Tibula? Yeah, that's a bone. Tibia?
Tibia.
Yeah, that's
Tibula.
it. We're community college dropouts. Yeah, so I mean, pretty much he went to go kick him because that was one of the main faults of the first fight. They said McGregor didn't kick Dustin Poirier enough in the fight they had in January, which led to his loss. Well, while kicking, the kick was checked, and his bone kind of broke at that point.
Yeah.
And then there was that awful scene where you see a lot of UFC fighters kind of snap their leg in two.
Yep.
And they bring the leg back, and they go to kind of plant it, but there's no stability because the bone is broke. And you just kind of see half their leg fold over with the broken piece kind of. It was ugly. It was one of those moments where I'm glad I wasn't watching because it was one of those moments that a lot of people probably almost lost their cookies on.
Is this back-to-back UFC pay-per-views where we've had a break like this?
It seems like we've been seeing more and more. And like Anderson the Spider Silva, same thing happened to him. He threw a kick years ago in a fight, and that was kind of the end of the game for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he fought a bunch of other times after that, but against Chris Weidman, Anderson the Spider Silva had the same exact injury that we see here with Conor McGregor. And I think it's okay. I think Conor McGregor is going to be fine. He had successful surgery, and he's going to be on crutches for 6 weeks, and he's going to build himself up better than ever before. That's what he said. Those are his words. But I think this is kind of the downward slope of his career. He's definitely past his prime.
No, I agree. And I do find it funny as he's sitting there dejected and injured, obviously injured. He's yelling, "Doctor stoppage, doctor stoppage," because he didn't want, to admit defeat.
Right.
So he's, obviously. And I mean, look, if his leg didn't snap like that, we probably go into round number 2 and the fight probably does continue. So, I mean, it is because of that he lost. I mean, and the fight was ruled a TKO, doctor stoppage.
Yeah, it was a gruesome leg injury, but there, at that point, started the real circus of the Conor McGregor saga that is still going on to this very moment because, I mean, there was middle fingers thrown.
Yes.
Floyd Mayweather came in. The Paul brothers chimed in. There is an egregiously ridiculous, sleepy Conor McGregor necklace that is now being gifted to Dustin Poirier. I mean, all sorts of crazy stuff.
You left out the death threats.
Oh, yeah.
Death
also,
threats.
well, there was death threats. I was gonna bring them up last.
Okay. All right, so we'll get to all of this coming up next. Yes, this whole Conor McGregor thing. Very interesting stuff, including the whole circus surrounding it. Here's new Greta Van Fleet, Heat Above, Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Sorry, guys, I'm not able to see your streaming comments right now. My
That's weird.
Yeah, for some reason my chat logged me out just before that break right there. I know we're still streaming.
Yeah.
But it logged me out, and it's not letting me log back in. Yeah, it says, "Oops, something went wrong. Try reloading the page. Server unknown."
Morning, Tony. So, yeah, I didn't realize you're on vacation, so I went over yesterday to make an appointment for my wife for the massage. And I was like, hey, Tony brought up that, just ask for her to do it. She's like, she's out of town. So there was that. I just saw Charles. But being dedicated and getting the Cotter Marshall logo across the stomach. Ugh. Like I said, I don't have the body for a stomach tattoo.
Yeah, it looks like it's something definitely on the Restream side because I'm not even able to log into Restream at this moment.
Okay. If you open up, if you follow along on the Twitch, you can see most everybody's.
Mm-hmm.
All the chats going on.
Yep, that's just going to have to be that way for a little bit. Sorry, guys. Bear with me as I'm trying to get everything up and running. All right. That's fun.
There. Sorry, just figuring everything out here.
Yeah, the Anderson Silva leg break was nasty. It wrapped around Chris Weidman's leg when that happened. But I mean, it seems to have been happening quite a bit lately in the UFC, and maybe that's just, I don't know, just one of those crazy things. But a lot of check kicks are leading to these like gruesome leg injuries that are just like wild looking and are really putting guys out of action for quite some time. I mean, like once again, Conor McGregor is going to be on crutches for 6 weeks before he can even really start the rehab process of his leg. But yeah, Dana White has already said that there's going to be another fight, but we'll get into that here in just a little bit.
All right, under a minute.
Yeah, we were talking with Dude of the Week. Hey, you know, those dogs who won Dude of the Week this week with the, puppy therapy. Our friends over here at a Perfect Touch Massage, they actually have a puppy that's like with them.
Yeah.
Because of one of the girls working there. And I swung by the studios yesterday to pick up something, and they ran out. They're like, the puppy, come look at it. The puppy was cute as hell.
It is an adorable puppy. Going through Hatch today. Ooh. Yes, please. All of the chilies. Cool. Yeah, I'll swing by today and ask about Megan or Misty and see if I can get something scheduled up. All right, guys, be right back. Still talking Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor. Their fight went down this past Saturday. Poirier got the win. McGregor basically snapped his leg in half. It was disgusting. 3 hours of surgery. His tibia and fibula are fixed. He's going to be on crutches for a while, but he says he's coming back. And Dana White has already said, look, when he's healthy, round number 4, we're ready to go again, Poirier McGregor.
Yeah, because, I mean, that wasn't really a conclusion. I mean,
Correct.
that was just a horrific injury that happened at the end of the first round of action this past Saturday night in Vegas at T-Mobile Arena. But during the fight, it was crazy because I didn't get to watch the fight. Usually I'm a big UFC guy. Usually I'm watching every fight, but I'm out of town this past weekend, and the stuff that kind of started seeping into the internet world was crazy. Cotter, let's start with the most egregious thing. Conor McGregor is sitting on the mat because his leg's broken. He can't stand up.
Yes.
Joe Rogan is sitting down. The consummate journalist that Joe Rogan is, always getting that interview. So he's talking to him, and then he gets up to talk to Dustin Poirier. Now, Conor McGregor, I mean, his leg is broken.
Yes.
He was getting beat up pretty bad because the leg was broken. I mean, there was some good ground and pound between Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor. But then Conor McGregor started throwing out death threats. Like, right away, he was threatening to kill both Dustin and his wife, Jolie. Now, once again, obviously throwing around death threats, not the best thing to ever really do. But maybe in that situation where he was probably suffering from quite a bit of pain and the adrenaline rush associated with it, I'm not trying to forgive him or make up excuses for Conor McGregor, but he said, in your sleep, you're getting it, while putting a gun, kind of thing to his head. He said, in their sleep, you're dead, you and the missus, it ain't over. I think that's just, I mean, the balls on Conor McGregor after being technically beaten at that point.
Yes.
His leg is broken. He lost the fight technically, to just still coming at him, not able to stand. I think it's kind of impressive.
Dude doesn't stop. And in his post-fight interview, Poirier, when asked about the comments made by McGregor, he says he wants to fight Conor again. He said, we are going to fight again, whether it's in the octagon or on the sidewalk. You don't say the stuff he said. And in the ring, there is a photo of Dustin's wife flipping off Conor McGregor. She is not a fan.
No, she's not a fan because Conor McGregor, she apparently messaged him at some point, and he kept saying that Dustin's wife was trying to get into his DMs.
Yeah.
Now, some people said it was Photoshop, but he claims it was 100% real. Looked real to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what that situation was. Jolie never explained the situation, whether it was real or fake. Nothing I saw online. So I need to know more about that.
I know. I'm curious there. Also, with this fight, Mayweather thanked Dustin Poirier for getting him paid. He put a $50,000 bet on Dustin Poirier, won $35,000.
Not bad. Not a bad little payday for Floyd Mayweather, who just said that he robbed people from his sparring match that he did with Logan Paul. Speaking of the Paul brothers,
dear Lord.
Jake Paul had a sleepy Conor McGregor necklace made from his past fight because Jake Paul really wants to fight Conor McGregor in a boxing match for some reason. I still don't know. Obviously for clout, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I guess.
Because the two have exchanged words online. And Jake Paul offered Dustin the necklace. It was a $100,000 necklace.
Stupid.
And Dustin Poirier was like, yep, send it over.
It's so ridiculous. It's him just sitting there sleeping, holding a bottle of NyQuil from that first fight. So, I mean, how much more does Conor McGregor have left? I mean, he hasn't produced as a fighter in his last several fights.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do think he's kind of become a caricature of himself because all he does is talk ass, and he's having a harder time backing it up. So when does it get old and people are just like, I'm done with McGregor?
Never.
Never?
Never. I mean, he is the ultimate troll guy, man.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I mean, like, the UFC sells pay-per-views. I will buy every pay-per-view with Conor McGregor in it.
Okay.
Because the lead-ups to his fights and the fight itself generally is very, very entertaining for the most part.
That's fair.
I mean, yeah, he's technically won once since 2016, but we're not going to talk about facts. We're going to talk about the fact that he's an incredible fighter, at least through his lifetime of fights, and he is one of the best trolls, one of the best all-time fighters out there in the history. He is definitely on the downward trajectory of his career.
Agreed.
I will buy every damn fight there is.
All right, coming up next, we're going to talk 20th anniversary concert. It went down just over a week ago. Just want to say thanks for all of you guys coming out and partying with us. We got that next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1. Right. Commercials there.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Once again, coming up, we're going to talk about the 20th anniversary show. Going to talk about some of the stuff that happened behind the scenes and obviously say thank you for everyone who came out. Then we're playing trivia. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by Savannah Bar Crawl. We have Quiz in the Face coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, and then we'll wrap up this Tuesday show, our first show back here in a little over a week with some Marshall's Music News. Got some stories on Puddle of Mud, who is obviously part of the 20th anniversary show, Mark Hoppus of Blink-182, and Randy Blythe of Lamb of God. So we're going to talk about all those coming up here in just a little bit.
Sorry, needing to check on a quote here. Oh, there we go. Okay.
Check on a quote?
One of the quotes that I've got in the quiz, Quizzed in Your Face.
Okay.
There we go. All right. And it just didn't look right, and I just typed something up wrong.
Kudos to Horde member Tony for hanging out even on her vacation with us on the live stream today, as opposed to everyone else who just gets away with watching it at work. Thank you, guys. We do appreciate it. Tony says, how was my vacation? My vacation was great. Got a nice little hike in while I was in Chattanooga. Went and saw a Lookouts game. That's this T-shirt right here. And then, just kind of hung out. Went to a couple of different craft cocktail bars. There's a place called, oh my gosh, it was Whiskey Up something.
Sure.
Like top of this hotel. Had a wonderful, incredible view that kind of overlooked like the Walnut Street Bridge, which is downtown Chattanooga. But I had a great time there. Chattanooga is I feel like Chattanooga, Charleston, Savannah, they all kind of got the same vibe to them. Some seem a little bigger. I feel like Charleston has kind of a bigger city vibe than Savannah does. I feel like Chattanooga has just a little bit bigger city vibe than what Savannah does as well. But, man, is it such a fun place to go visit. Obviously beautiful, great place to go check out and go for a hike if you want to get out of town and all sorts of stuff. There's like a waterfall like every 5 feet. If you want to go on a hike, you can walk 3 feet and look at a waterfall, which is a big thing for a lot of people. But, yeah, I had a great time there, had a great time in Nashville. Went, drank a lot. Found a great craft cocktail bar in Nashville called Pearl Diver.
Okay.
And man, they had one of the best Mai Tais I've ever had in my life. They also had a drink that my buddy got that had this little Serrano-looking pepper. And it was so innocent looking, but I took a bite, and it was so hot. So I took a bite, a nibble that was that big, and just a little tiny
Right.
guy. And it was probably like 2.5 inches long. So I took a little nibble, and I was like, whew, like I survived it. I'm like, God damn, that was egregiously hot.
Right.
That was no need for that to be so hot. So I looked at my buddy, and I was like, hey, I dare you to eat this. And he's like, all right. He ate like all of it. And I was like, ooh. And he died on the spot. It was awesome.
Was the drink itself a spicy drink?
I actually have no idea what he
Okay.
ordered, but it was just had like this little Serrano pepper
Interesting.
right there at the top. And it destroyed him for a good 10 minutes. It was kind of awesome. Also, I got hit up from the dudes from Blazing Foods and my brother-in-law. So the dudes from Blazing Foods have kind of a newer challenge. I don't know how long it's been out there. I think it's been out for a minute or two.
Right.
But I was just reminded of it. And it was it's the Tube of Terror. Did you see this one?
No.
So let's see. I'm going to bring up a picture so I can show here on the stream.
You got about 45 seconds.
So here's the Tube of Terror. So this is another like hot peanut challenge, kind of like what the Death Nut challenge is with what we did, a couple weeks ago.
Right.
But the Tube of Terror is filled with peanuts. You have to eat 2 or 3 at a time, max, and then you have to like wait a minute, and then you have to do that until you've completed the Tube of Terror, and then wait a 5-minute burn period after that.
How hot are the?
They have the hottest peanuts they've made available. So it's some of the death nuts are in there.
Oh, that ain't good. All right, guys, be right back. Good morning. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream this morning. Also, a big thanks to everybody who came out and partied with us just a week ago Saturday for the Rock 106.1 20th anniversary concert. It was the first big rock show in Savannah, literally in about 7-8 years.
Yeah, we brought concerts back here to the Savannah, Hilton Head area, so you're welcome. No big deal. And we had such a great time. Our local bands were incredible.
Yes.
The guys at Whaleboat, the whole team over at Lilac, you guys were incredible. So our 2 local bands were great. Then obviously our headliners, Sponge, Filter, Puddle of Mud, they really showed up. They were excited. A majority of those bands, first shows back in quite some time.
Sponge has been playing, I think, throughout the entire pandemic, but Filter and Puddle of Mud, it was their first show in about a year. And, I mean, when we talked to Richard Patrick at Filter, he's like, this is the first time I've seen the guys in like a year. I mean, it was like they just didn't get a chance to hang out because of the pandemic. But you could tell they were all just ready to go and ready to play. And everybody there that I spoke to just had a great time.
And kudos to our boss who stayed up till 2:30 in the morning, Saturday morning, drinking with the guys at Puddle of Mud and Wes. Yeah, Wes ain't sober. Kudos to you because I couldn't do it. Our boss got 10 years on me, 10-ish, 7 years on me, 8 years, something like that. I'm not good with math. He stayed up to 2:30 in the morning. I was in bed at 10. I was like, I felt bad staying up till 10.
How guilty would he have felt if he got Wes so drunk that he couldn't have done the show?
It would have been a bad look.
It would have been a horrible look. What happened? I don't know, A-Dub. What happened?
But honestly, I mean, I think Wes had just enough booze in him to do an incredible show because Puddle of Mud absolutely slayed at the end of the night. We honestly didn't know what we were going to get. We could tell Wes was a little hungover during our interview that we had with him, which you could watch right now at the Cotter and Marsh Show Facebook page. But man, it was surprising how great he did. Puddle of Mud absolutely slayed last Saturday.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. All the bands are great, local, national. Big thank you to all the sponsors. Connect Savannah. Trustee's Garden just needs to become a venue that has shows all the time because it is a perfect place to see a show.
Yeah, I mean, Trustee's Garden is a hidden gem that not enough people know about. We need to get more shows there because, like you said, It's a great amphitheater, and it definitely should be used. And Erica and everyone at Connect Savannah, a huge thank you for teaming up and making the show happen with us.
Are you smarter than a community college dropout? We're going to find out here in a few. Your chance to take one of us on in trivia. Foo Fighters, The Pretender. It's the Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Oh, I think Tim the engineer showed up. Look at that. Tim the engineer. Who would have thought?
All right. All right, 4 minutes, and then we'll solicit someone to play some trivia.
Our first game back here, and it feels like forever.
I think I wrote this game 4 months ago, it seems like. I don't know.
Okay. I actually don't even remember what our records are. Let's go check it out.
Just got the heads up. Monty Jet is out on vacation. Coming up soon.
He's going to be gone for 3 weeks.
When I grow up, I want to be Monty Jet. I'm not going to lie. I want to be Monty Jet.
Yeah, Monty Jet. He told me the other day he's grabbing he's rented or bought a is it Streamliner?
Okay.
One of those big silver RVs. He's got one, and he's going to go spend like 3 weeks going up and down the East Coast, seeing family and friends. I'm like, that is a road trip I do not want to be a part of. All right, Cotter, looking at the record, let's see. Last week, I went 1-1. Dennis beat me on Monday. I took the win home versus Jay on Tuesday. And then you were challenged Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You won each match decisively by 2. So you have 3 total wins from last week. Your total record, we are actually tied with wins now. I am 27 wins, 6 losses, and 6 ties. You're 27 wins, 7 losses, and 2 ties. So at this point, let's see. I have played 3 more times than you. Once again, bad at math, so we'll see if that's true or not. But today is the first game in quite some time, so we'll see if we're up to the challenge. See if we can get one of our wins. Get a win back. There we
go. Tim, I have not seen the DGs thing yet, but I've heard about it.
What is that?
It's the Foo Fighters going like disco 70s kind of stuff for a couple songs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw an article on that yesterday. I didn't get a chance to look at it. He said, "Oh man, it's good." Thanks for dropping the link, buddy.
All right, just over a minute. If you want to play some trivia, got your chance to call in. Oh, Tim, coming up at 9:30-ish, Mammoth WVH. Tell your friend that calls you about playing that song. It's happening. He's had a guy call him and leave him voice messages asking us to play Mammoth WVH, or we support Wolfgang Van Halen. It's like we play it. We play it. It's a B. It plays during the day, and he continually calls Tim. For some reason,
the engineer?
He calls the engineer. When you call in, you get options for whatever reason.
Right.
He's selecting the engineer. So, Tim, it's coming up, buddy.
Tony, we did not update the Cake Day count.
Oh, yeah. This is a massive jump.
Yeah, it definitely is. We'll do that here in just a little bit. How much time we got?
We've got, now. It is the Cotter and Marshall Show. Thank you for hanging out. It is time to play Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl.
All right, so here's the deal. Call us up, 1-800-394-1061. I don't know what we're going to give you, but we definitely have tickets to a bunch of shows. How about this? Adelita's Way is coming up.
Oh, I like this.
Coming up here in 10, 13, 2 weeks-ish. Once again, not good with math. Probably a good day to choose me to battle in Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout? We'll hook you up with a pair of tickets to go check out Adelita's Way over at Victory North.
So give us a call now, 800-394-1061. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Rock 1061.
So are we on a delay here then? Or
No, we're not.
So what did they change when it came to...
So basically what happens, and one thing, it's like people are like, hey, sometimes it sounds weird. So whenever we're live through the board, so whenever we're talking, it's like all of the low end just disappears. Mm-hmm. And it could be a little muddled, and it's just kind of this weird mid-range kind of thing. So they went in kind of on the back end and boosted all of that. So when it's playing through the board, now it should have a little bit more balls to it, but I don't know. It's like we typically don't play songs through that unless there's somebody in studio, and we have the delay on, which we don't right now. All right. Well, the barracks box. There you go. Thank you, Tim.
All right, guys, looking for someone to take us on, and Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout trivia, brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. If you want to take us on, go ahead and call us up right now, 1-800-394-1061. You can win yourself a pair of tickets, no matter what happens, to Adelita's Way. They're performing over at Victory North on the 26th, I believe.
Are they the 23rd and the other one's the 26th? Or is it vice versa? I don't know. There's like two that weekend. There's Adelita's Way and then the Hoobastank other show.
They're playing the 23rd.
Hoobastank is?
Adelita's Way is playing the 23rd.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, we can just kind of take on each other if you'd like, because we won't have time to hit it up again and then try to get somebody to call in.
Okay.
Move that around. No.
Looks like Hefe's water's cleared up quite a bit.
So I come in on like the Saturday, like the first day, Sunday or whatever, when you're gone. So I come in and I was like, oh, I'm here. I'll feed Hefe. I'm like, oh crap, where's Hefe? I couldn't see him. And then I see him and he's back by the filter. I'm like, oh, hey Hefe, put some food in. Doesn't move. Hefe, tapping the glass. Hefe. I'm like, he died day one? Day one? And then he started moving. Dude must have been sleeping. I don't know, but I freaked out, going, "How does he die day one?" It's not like I even had a week not to feed him for him to die. It's just day one, but he's okay. I did panic there for a second. All right, so we'll play a song out of this stop set, and then we'll go.
All right, that puts us at what time then? How many minutes till we go back?
About 4.
Okay.
All right, so we'll be taking on each other today for Are You Smarter Than the Community College Dropout? Guess it's fitting. First day back after a week, challenge each other. Get rid of these questions that are a little old, and I can start fresh. I really like the Quizzed in the Face, though, today for Marshall, top of the 9 o'clock hour. It is, who said it, Conor McGregor or a comic book character? So I'm going to give a quote, and then I will give either McGregor or a specific comic book character. Marshall has to figure out which one actually said the quote. Okay. It's definitely this was, I don't know, this was weird coming back. It felt like we were gone for so long, other than just like a week and a day. It felt like it was like 3 months of not doing mornings. It definitely felt weird getting back into it this morning, but it's good to be back. I'm guessing tomorrow will be more like normal. But yeah, today was kind of weird, just not doing it for so long. Mm-mm-mm. All right, so we got about 2.5 minutes. Marshall and I will take each other on in a round of trivia. Grab my pen, grab my glasses so I can read. Getting old. So these are basically bifocals, progressive lenses. And it's funny because I'm already starting to notice my eyes are getting worse because they don't benefit me like they did when I first put them on. I think I've had them for a couple years now. But yeah, God, my eyes are bad. Getting old sucks, kids. Take care of yourself. It blows. Ain't gonna lie. All right, just under 2 minutes. uh, Guys from Lilac are dropping off some barbecue today.
Oh, that's great.
So we got that going for us.
Did they say what time? I don't know if I'll be here.
In between 10 and 12 is the window I gave them. So.
Okay. Sure thing.
All right, got about a minute. Marshall and I will be taking each other on in trivia. Do you want me to ask you first?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. All right, guys, got about 20 seconds. All right, be right back. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Today, I guess it's fitting after being out for a week. Marshall and I will take each other on in a round of Are You Smarter Than a Community College Dropout trivia. Let me get my clock ready here. Marshall, I will ask you questions first. Of course, you know the drill. 7 questions, 60 seconds. Your time will start as soon as I finish question number 1. With that said, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. What NFL franchise name refers to prospectors who arrived in Northern California during the 19th century gold rush?
49ers.
That is correct. The Cleveland Show is a spinoff of what Fox animated series?
Family Guy.
That is correct. What chemical element has the symbol PB?
Ooh, definitely not peanut butter. I'm going to go potassium.
That is incorrect. Best known as Pee Wee Herman, what actor was arrested for indecent exposure in a Florida adult theater in 1991?
Paul Rubens.
That is correct. What animal is depicted in the logo for the Australian airline Qantas?
Panda?
Incorrect.
Oh.
How many strings does a violin have?
Oh, that's a great question. I actually saw, is a fiddle the same thing as a violin?
We'll say yes.
I'm going to say 6.
Incorrect. And finally, which Will Smith movie was released first, Independence Day or Men in Black?
That's a great question. I'm going to say Independence Day.
That is correct. All right, not bad. You got 4 out of 7.
Yeah, I mean, not my worst game ever.
Let's go over correct answers real quick. The NFL franchise referring to prospectors arrived in Northern California, San Francisco 49ers. Cleveland Show is a spinoff of Family Guy. PB is the chemical element lead. Paul Rubens, better known as Pee Wee Herman, arrested for touching himself in a Florida adult theater in 1991. He was in an adult theater. I mean, isn't that why they're there? I don't know. No, obviously not.
Not in that case.
For the Australian airline Qantas, it is a kangaroo.
Mm-hmm.
4 is how many strings are on a violin. And yes, Independence Day came out first, 1996. Men in Black came out in 1997.
All right, let's go ahead and turn the tables. Put the test on you, Cotter. Are you ready?
Bring it on.
All right, question number 1. What does breaking the sound barrier cause?
A sonic boom.
That is correct. Question number 2. What U.S. city had the first subway? Was it New York or Boston?
Oh, crap. I'm gonna go New York.
That is incorrect. Question number 3. In which city is the Sistine Chapel?
Oh, man, Rome.
Incorrect.
Balls.
Question, not balls. Question number 4. What is a male goose called?
Gander.
That is correct. Question number 5. In which U.S. state would you find Fort Bragg, North or South Carolina?
Oh, damn it. North Carolina.
That is correct. Question number 6. What Coca-Cola flavor debuted the same year as New Coke?
What Coca-Cola flavor? Vanilla Coke.
Incorrect. Question number 7. What Atlanta Braves star tore his ACL a few days ago?
I have no idea. Freddie Freeman is the only one I know just because you named him the other day. I don't know.
Definitely not him.
No,
that is time as well. Cotter, 3 out of 7 today.
That was not good.
Let's go ahead and go over correct answers real quick. Question number 1. What does breaking the sound barrier cause? That is a sonic boom. Boston is the first U.S. city to have subways, funny enough. Vatican City is where the Sistine Chapel is. Gander is a male goose. North Carolina is where you'll find Fort Bragg. Cherry Coke was the Coke flavor that would debut the same year as New Coke. And Ronald Acuna Jr. is the Atlanta Braves star who tore his ACL just a few days ago.
Would never have got that. Back tomorrow around 8:30. Are you smarter than a community college dropout? Brought to you by the Savannah Bar Crawl. Call in tomorrow, your chance to win. Coming up after 9 o'clock, Marshall is going to get quizzed in the face. I'm really proud of today's quiz. Who said it? Conor McGregor or a comic book character? We're going to get quiz Marshall in the face next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
All right. I wish I could put that down as a win for me, but unfortunately not. Cotter gets 3 out of 4, or 3 out of 7 today.
That was rough.
New Coke equals Coke without cocaine, says Tim.
Yeah, New Coke was not good. That was a bad plan. Bad plan, Coke.
So New Coke came out in 1985, the same year as Cherry Coke.
Okay.
So one guy got a raise, and the other guy did not. He
Now
got fired.
There is the theory that Coke released New Coke as a way to get people excited about just regular classic Coke again, and they were able to like reintroduce classic Coke because people got so upset about the new Coke formula. So there's that theory. I don't buy into it, but because if so, that is a lot of money to spend. I mean, marketing, but whatever. Yeah, New Coke, not good.
New Coke, and it was a new formula for its Coca-Cola soda, known informally as New Coke. It was renamed Coke 2 in 1992. Tim asked what New Coke was. I'm actually looking it up real quick.
It was, I want to say, was it their attempt to be more like Pepsi? I think. No, I don't remember the whole story behind it.
So it was only out for 3 months before they rebranded Coca-Cola Classic.
Yeah.
Resulting in significant sales boost. So essentially they took away the thing that everyone loved.
Yeah.
And then they were like, you can have it back. Just kidding. And they made a ton of money off.
Yeah. So yeah, there is that conspiracy theory. All right. Hard to believe. Last hour of the show coming up already. Before we get into it, I'll be right back.
Yeah, so apparently, Tim, it was a ploy to just mostly boost sales. That's what it sounds like, at least, right? Yeah, that's kind of the deal there. So New Coke was put out there for 3 months. And then they were like, oh, yeah, here's Coca-Cola Classic back, the thing you actually like. But, I mean, with the manufacturing time, if they released it like 3 months later, I mean, they had to have known within 6 weeks, like, oh, my gosh, it's a huge mistake. Get the new cans made, Coca-Cola Classic. Get them out there. So one of the things with doing, and I just realized that Cotter is off camera. I should probably just go to a solo shot. One of the things with doing the writers for the bands that I did for our show is they definitely don't use all the stuff that we buy them. You know, like they're asking for sodas and vegan meats and all sorts of other stuff. So I just want to say thank you, Puddle of Mud, for my Mighty Mango Naked Juice that I had to buy you. Definitely enjoying that this morning.
I was gonna say, how much was left over?
Well, you saw the boxes in my garage, right?
Yeah.
It was, I don't know. I wouldn't say it was a ton. I have a bunch of soda at my house.
Yeah.
A lot of it was just soda. A lot of the stuff I had to throw away. We did have some like leftover lunch meat that wasn't touched by Puddle of Mud that I got to keep at the house. But I mean, other than that, not a ton, just like a lot of liquids. Like I have a crap ton of like Monster Energies and Rock Stars and Mountain Dews and Cokes upon Cokes, tons of water. So yeah, I have pretty much all the liquids, none of them touched.
Right.
And then a lot of stuff we just had to throw away because, you know, once they kind of open the package, we're not going to be keeping anything unless it was already kind of pre-packed. So a lot of stuff was just thrown away. But I still have each of the writer boxes in my garage. I kind of cleaned them up a little bit yesterday. I'm still going through them because I have a bunch of like plates and bowls and cutlery and a bunch of coffee stuff that I need to like bring back to the office. And then obviously it's just filling up my garage right now. So
yeah,
I got through some of it yesterday. I'm just trying to clean it up before I bring it back. So I'm not bringing back a bunch of garbage that doesn't need to belong in our tiny little studios here at the Rock 106.1 studios. So tomorrow on the show, we have the return of Chicks on Dudes. It's been, I guess, it feels like 2 weeks, but I guess it's only really been 1 week away from doing Chicks on Dudes from last Wednesday. I guess it'll be 2 weeks tomorrow. Whatever. Math, it's difficult. So Mac will be in studio tomorrow. It'll be nice to see her. I saw her for a brief moment yesterday.
Okay.
And I said, "Did you miss me?" And then she walked away. So I think the answer is yes. I think the answer is Mac missed me a lot.
Totally.
I could really tell that it was a tough time for her without me here. So we'll find out Mac's true feelings tomorrow when she joins us on the show at 9 a.m. So Tony, member of the Horde, is actually on vacation over on the West Coast right now. Saying her day's just beginning. That's been filled already with ranch animals and feeding them. It has been great. You know what the last thing I want to do is? Wake up in the morning and feed animals. That sounds terrible. You're on vacation. I'd rather sleep in and then eat animals. Sounds so much better.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Look at this. The chat is finally back. I'm able to get into it here on my my video viewing system. So thank goodness. Here we go.
All right, we got about 7 minutes before we're back on. Once again, Marshall's going to get quizzed in the face. Who said it, Conor McGregor or a comic book character? I will give Marshall a quote, and then it'll be Conor McGregor or blah, whichever comic book character. So you have to tell me which one said it.
Excuse me. Yeah, so I got a chance to go to a Chattanooga Lookouts game when I was there last Wednesday. Excuse me, last Wednesday. So they're playing the Tennessee Smokies, which is a Chicago Cubs AA affiliate.
Oh, cool.
And as a Chicago Cubs fan, super excited about that. The the affiliate of the Cubs put up 4 runs in the first inning, absolutely slaughtered the Lookouts that night, 6-1.
Damn. All right. All right.
And of course, the Lookouts are a Reds affiliate. So our buddy Jake, huge Reds fan. I didn't bring that up to him. I don't want to talk too much crap because the real Chicago Cubs, they suck a lot.
Yeah, we had that brief little, hey, maybe they're not going to be as bad. And then they lost 11 games in a row.
Yeah. Red says, have you guys seen Black Widow yet? No, I haven't seen it. I was gone over the weekend, so I haven't got a chance to watch it yet. I've heard really good things about it. I heard also some people feel like it's like in the middle tier of Marvel movies. Other people feel like it's like a top 3 film.
Yeah, we were going to watch it over the weekend. Might share a Disney Plus account with people. So I could not get in and do it because didn't have. I don't know. Couldn't get in and do it because you had to put in like information, including email addresses and stuff like that.
Oh.
And you being on vacation, I was like, I'm not going to do it. So we're not able to get in and watch it.
Yeah, the Chattanooga Lookout Stadium is essentially Grayson Stadium with a video board that works. But they have a great venue there, but it's big time, like Grayson Stadium vibes. Kind of a smaller place that's got some like additional seating that Grayson wouldn't. That's kind of out in the outfield, but it's pretty much Grayson Stadium.
All right, so there's a new Savannah local business called Smash and Dash.
Okay.
It is Savannah's premier pop-up smash room where we bring the fun and destruction to you. Is this a thing that's been around for a while? I've never heard of this kind of thing before.
Yeah. So they had quite a few of them in Vegas, and I think there was actually a local business here in Savannah. I think it's closed. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
They just bring stuff and you destroy it?
Yeah, so they put you in like a hazmat looking suit. They give you like a paintball like face mask.
Right.
Yeah, in Savannah it's called Fort of Fury. It's on Dean Forest Road. It is a business that it looks like it's open most days of the week. It's closed on Mondays, and it's generally open from 4 to 8:30. But it's called Fort of Fury, and you can go there and just smash the crap out of stuff in the room. They give you like a hammer or a sledgehammer, and you can break like glass and light bulbs and all sorts of other stuff.
This is kind of awesome.
They may not be open anymore, but that's what it was called. It was called Fort of Fury. But they had like glass bottles, and you got baseball bats and all sorts of stuff.
So this new place is a pop-up one. It's called Smash and Dash. I'm intrigued.
So I mean, where can people check it out?
You can get out. Let's see, where is it at? This is a post somebody shared. It doesn't give. Oh, here we go. Smash and Dash. They're on Facebook, facebook.com/smash-savannah.
That's kind of cool.
So, yeah, that's interesting. Okay. All right. I don't hate that idea. I'll break some stuff.
This Sunday, I'm heading out to Defusky Island. Kind of excited about that. I haven't been out to Defusky in a couple of years, but I wound up renting a boat to go out there, so I'm excited to head on out. Plus, I have a golf cart for the island, and I haven't done that. And there are a lot of rules when you rent a golf cart on Defusky.
Are there?
Yeah, it's funny. It tells you not to drink and drive, but also tells you that you can drink and drive on a golf cart.
They just recommend that you don't.
Yeah, it's like you can't have like an open drink on it, but it's like have fun drinking. So I feel like I was getting mixed signals from this company. Let's see. Liquid, who won? I missed it when it comes to that. I guess so. We faced each other in trivia today. Technically, I guess I won 4-3.
Yep. All right, we got about just over 2 minutes. Quizzed in the face. Who said it? Conor McGregor or a comic book character? We'll see how Marshall does. Then we'll head into Marshall's music news. We'll wrap up the show. Good to be back. It was weird. Like I said, it was weird. It felt much longer than a week once I got in this morning to do the show.
Mm-hmm. I love this. Charles says, Tim, the engineer, would be awesome at Smash and Dash. He's used to breaking stuff. Speaking of, Tim, you should come in and equalize the equalizer and pressurize the pressurizer. On our mics, we don't understand, but it sounds weird.
It's not as bad now. It's not mine. All right, we got about minute 15.
Yeah, Jeremy, you said Black Widow wasn't bad at all. I mean, like, would you think it's kind of a mid-tier MCU film, or do you think it's like one of the better ones?
Yeah,
I think I'll probably wind up watching it maybe tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I saw somebody post it was not worth your time. That it was horrible.
Really?
Yep.
I watched Ant-Man.
Keep knocking Ant-Man. Ant-Man's not a bad movie.
All right.
Enjoyable.
Okay, pal. All right, bud. All right there, champ. Andrew, we love that message, dude. Thank you so much. Andrew on the chat said, had so much fun at the anniversary show. It was my daughter's first concert. She loved it. I am the weirdo with the orange sunglasses in the group photo.
Now you're rocking a spectacular beard.
It looked pretty good, man.
It was a spectacular beard. All right, guys, be right back. Marshall is just moments away from getting quizzed in the face. Today's quiz, who said it? Conor McGregor or a comic book character? Don't forget, you can jump on that stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe while you're there. You can always listen to the show and to the station. You can just download the Rock 1061 app. It is free. Find it in the App Store and Google Play. You can get us on your in-home smart speaker or check us out at rock1061.com. So Conor McGregor lost again this past Saturday, and there was just so much going on surrounding that fight. Death threats, being flipped off of people's wives, a completely shattered ankle, and then Mayweather and the Pauls were involved. It was just a circus. So for today's Quizzed in the Face, we figured I'd continue the circus. So who said it? Conor McGregor or a comic book character?
Okay.
So I'm going to give you a quote, and then I'm going to give you Conor and a comic book character's name. You have to tell me which one said it.
Sure thing.
All right, here we go. Number one, Quizzed in the Face. There are two things I really like to do: whoop ass and look good. Who said it? Conor McGregor or Deadpool?
That is really, really good. I'm going to have to say Conor McGregor. Nice.
He said it in 2013, right before his fight with Max Holloway.
Okay, sure thing. He won that fight, right?
I believe so. All right, number two, I will rearrange his facial structure. Was it Conor McGregor or Thor?
Wow. Thor? Really? I feel like Conor will be smoother in his delivery. So I'm going to go Thor on this one. Oh, really?
Conor McGregor said it prior to UFC 205 back in 2016. I will rearrange your facial structure.
I feel like he would. I just need to hear in that Irish accent. Maybe that would just tip me over the edge there. Anyway, okay, sure thing.
All right, number three. I'm loyal to nothing except the dream. Was it Conor McGregor or Captain America? I'm loyal to nothing except the dream.
I kind of like that one. I feel like that's a Captain America one. All right.
That is correct. Captain America had that quote. All right, number four. You're doing all right. So far, you are 2 out of 3. Here's number 4. The real crime would be to not finish what we started. The real crime would be not to finish what we started. Conor McGregor or Doc Ock?
Ooh, I feel like they both could have said that.
I know, right?
I'm going to say it's probably in regards to one of the trilogy fights that Conor McGregor had. I'm going to go Conor McGregor. Oh,
that
man.
Was Doc Ock.
All right, okay.
All right, 50% so far. Number 5, then we'll take a break. It is Quizzed in the Face. Who said it, Conor McGregor or a comic book character? Number 5, gods recognize gods. Conor McGregor or Thanos?
Oh, come on. I mean, it seems so obvious with the whole Thanos thing. I'm gonna go Thanos. Really?
Conor McGregor in an interview in January of 2016. Gods recognize gods.
Who is he recognizing?
I don't know. It didn't say in the complete thing, but there you go. All right, so you are out of
2
5.
out of 5.
2 out of 5.
Rough.
To start Quizzed in the Face. Who said it, Conor or a comic book character? We got 5 more coming up after this. Latest from Volbeat. Wait a minute, my girl. Cotter and Marshall Show. Rock 106.1.
Liquid. Thanos isn't a god. He's a titan. Settle down, nerd. I kind of knew that. I don't know. I thought that would be just something Thanos would kind of say.
Right? Yeah.
Had a Thanos feel to it. I went with my gut. My gut was wrong.
All right. Yeah, 2 out of 5. It's funny because I'm looking at these and I'm like, God, it could go either way on most of them.
I'm shooting the wrong side of that first half. I don't love it. I don't love it, guys. I don't love it. All right, the great news about this Volbeat song, Wait a Minute, My Girl, he almost nails it because it's only like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
He should just change the name of the song.
All right, we got about 90 seconds. Come back for the second half of Quizzed in the Face. 2 out of 5. All right, 1 minute to go. We still have Marshall's Music News to wrap up the show today.
Yeah, we got 3 stories today. Got an update on Mark Hoppus. He put out a really weird message in regards to his fight against cancer. Mark Hoppus of Blink-182. Puddle of Mudd announced a bunch of new tour dates. Going to talk about that here in a bit as well. And then Randy Blythe. He is the lead singer of Lamb of God. He's already written one book that's actually done really, really well. He talks about a new book that he wants to do. So we'll break down those stories in Marshall's Music News today.
Nice. All right, 30 seconds.
I'm laughing at Sean's comment from our Twitch feed talking about how much he hates living in Minnesota.
All right, guys, be right back. Marshall is getting quizzed in the face. Rough start. 2 out of 5. It is Who Said It? Conor McGregor or a comic book character. Once again, going to give you a quote. Choice is either McGregor or I will give you a specific comic book character. Here we go. Number 6. Life doesn't give us purpose. We give life purpose.
That's way too much for Conor McGregor.
Is it Conor McGregor or The Flash?
I've got to say The Flash. Conor McGregor has never said anything so insightful in his entire life.
All right, number 7. If you breathe oxygen, I do not fear you. Is it Conor McGregor or Ego, the Living Planet?
Oh, man. I'm going to have to go Conor McGregor on this one. Yeah.
All right, off to a good start
Big time
here.
comeback here.
August 2013 interview. All right, number 8. These custom suits aren't cheap. Is it Conor McGregor or Batman?
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to have to say Conor McGregor, though. He loves his suits.
All right, coming back strong. 2013, he said that after beating Max Holloway.
Yeah.
So here we go. Number 9. It's not how you hit the mat. It's how you get up. Is it Conor McGregor or Daredevil?
So Daredevil's dad was a boxer. I'm going to go Daredevil on this.
4 in a row.
Slaying the second half of Quiz in the Face, baby. 6 for 9. Nice.
Right, here we go. Number 10.
All right.
We are not just our failures. As much as they hurt, we learn from them. Is it Conor McGregor or Spider-Man?
Ooh,
we are not just our failures. As much as they hurt, we learn from them.
Once again, very insightful. Very insightful. What was the last one? The last one was Conor McGregor?
The last one was Daredevil.
Oh. I'm going to have to say this is Conor McGregor. I knew it. I knew he wasn't that insightful.
It was Spider-Man. 6 out of 10, man. That second half.
Big time comeback.
Was huge.
Almost went perfect.
Huge. All right, there you go. Marshall getting quizzed in the face. I'll be getting quizzed in the face this coming Thursday. Coming up next, going to dive into some Marshall's music news, including a story about Mark Hoppus from Blink 182. That's next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Big time comeback on the back half of that quiz. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like I came up with the concept for it. I'm like, that could be fun. That could be really hard, though. I think it'll be too easy. And then I started looking at it. I'm like, no, it's not easy at all.
Yeah,
go either way.
I kind of hit right in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging around with us today. We're going to wrap up the show with some Marshall's music news. As Cotter said, the first story today is going to be about Mark Hoppus of Blink 182. Tomorrow on the show, all the good stuff as usual. Also, Chicks on Dudes, and we talked about possibly doing
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore tomorrow, so we'll figure that out.
Mount Rushmore was something we did in the afternoons when we were doing the work release program. Kind of a fun feature. Let's see, put that there. All right. All right, we got about 7-8 minutes. Plenty of time.
So the first trailer for Jackass Forever is coming out today. I think it'll be out here right around lunchtime. So
Yeah.
everyone who's working today or just hanging out at the house doing your thing, make sure to have your eyes peeled for the Jackass Forever trailer. Once again, I think that's coming out today. Generally, they're pretty good at releasing it right around lunchtime. So at least Eastern time. It gets everyone in the morning as well on the West Coast. So be on the lookout right around lunchtime today for that Jackass Forever. That's the official title of the fourth film of the Jackass franchise.
October 22nd is its release date.
Can't wait, man. I know they have the Shark Week special. That aired, was that last night?
Oh, that might have been, yeah.
I think that aired last night. But they had a Shark Week special that guys from Jackass did.
It's interesting to me that, I mean, just talk about a turnaround. We've talked about it before with Steve-O. He's listed as one of the 4 producers of the movie. I mean, if you would have told me that 10 years ago, if you had to pick one of the guys to be a producer on one of the films, Steve-O would not have been my first choice.
Right?
Oh, shit. Darby Allin makes a guest appearance in the movie, at least according to Wikipedia.
So actually, the special aired on Sunday at 10 o'clock. I obviously missed it. I was just back into town. So yeah, apparently a member of the team got bit by a shark. So it was a new Jackass member. His name's Sean Poopies McKerney
Yeah.
is a new cast member.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
It'll be the first film in the series not to feature a guest appearance by Rip Taylor, because he passed away in 2019. The old guy in the toupee that had the glitter.
Yeah.
The glitter gun thing.
Nathan says a new Jackass member got his hand eaten off. Is that real? It says a member got bit, but hand? Oof. Sean, have we indulged in any other treats from the Minnesota box? I have. I had one of those like caramely nut bar things the other day, and it was delightful.
Yeah, we'll have to put the root beers in a fridge. I love effing root beer. So I am very excited to try me some of the root beer.
Yeah. Mac says we're hoarding the snacks. You were actually never given the snacks, Mac. It wasn't like a Cotter and Marshall show guest treat box. It was a Cotter and Marshall definitive us treat box.
We'll see how well they've held up. Yeah, those are delicious. All right, we got about 5 minutes.
Matt goes greedy, and I'm selfish? You have moments. Nathan, thanks for giving us a heads up on.
Yeah, I'm going over to check it out now.
Steve-O's Instagram. Apparently, a member got part of his hand bit off in that Shark Week thing. Now I have to see it. Ooh, Steve-O with 5.6 million followers.
Oh, shite. That's legit, man.
Yeah.
Holy.
But it was bit off. It wasn't bit off, right?
It's stitched up from like here to here to here. I don't know.
Yeah.
No, it's so his post is hand gets completely mangled on our Jackass Shark Week special. Damn. That is somebody taking one for the team.
Yeah, that is a brutal stitch job there. Yuck. So if you guys do want to watch that Jackass special, you can actually watch it on Discovery Plus, the streaming platform. Or if you're good to work around that stuff, you should be able to watch it and find it easily. I'm sure other places. I bet you could probably watch it on YouTube right now. People love to post that stuff up there, even if it's briefly put up.
I got about just over 3 minutes.
Okay. Like it goes 5.6 million idiots, maybe. Hey, Steve-O actually, like Cotter said, I mean, he's completely turned his life around. He was quite the drug addict, which obviously helped with the Jackass stuff. But, man, he really has done a great job turning himself around. And he actually has a great video podcasty deal called Steve-O's Wild Ride, where he interviews all sorts of people. It's super interesting. I've watched a bunch of it. And Steve-O does a pretty good job with him and the other guys that are on the show. So if you haven't already, make sure to check out Steve-O's Wild Ride. You can find that on YouTube.
All right, got about 2 minutes.
Yeah, you can watch clips from the Shark Week special, but you can't find it on YouTube right now. But once again, Discovery Plus, if you're a member of that streaming service, I think they almost gave that away as like a throwaway if you got like Hulu or something.
Right. I will say that was the best part about my brother's visit. He has Hulu, so he logged us in. That's how I'm able to watch Letterkenny now. And Hulu, I really like Hulu. It's a good service. But yeah, Letterkenny, you'd like Letterkenny. It is legitly funny. I was worried that it wouldn't live up to the hype just because hear so many people talking about it. But it's stupid. My wife even likes it, but it's legitly funny.
Is that a Guardian on your arm, Marshall? Yes, it is. I'm not quite telling the light. But yeah, that's a Guardian from Breath of the Wild. I'm a video game Zelda nerd, so. Yeah, my arm is almost done. You can actually see the Master Sword right there. Oh, I'm almost done with this arm. Don't have anything lined up, but I will have to go to Vegas to finish it up. Thanks, man. Letterkenny is good, but it gets a little hard, try hard in the later seasons.
I get that.
It's like 10 seasons in,
yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
like 8 or 9. So yeah, I get that.
And they're filming even more, right?
Probably. I mean, it's only like 8 to 10 episodes a season. But yeah, I can see where after a while, because I mean there's storylines, but then there's not. It's like there's continuity, but then there's not. So they kind of can do whatever they want. All right, guys, be right back. Thank you for hanging out on air and on the stream this morning. You can check out the stream, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Right now, let's get into it. Story number 1, Marshall's Music News.
So just last month, Mark Hoppus revealed to everyone that he was diagnosed with cancer earlier this year. And then just yesterday on Twitter, he informed fans that an upcoming test he is scheduled to take, it sounds like this week, may very well determine if he lives or dies.
What?
Wow. He goes, but he is determined to kick cancer's ass directly in the nuts. What a perfect Blink-182 way of saying it. But he goes on to say, apologies if I'm oversharing, but it's surreal to think that this week I'll take a test that may well determine if I live or die. Thanks to everyone for the positive thoughts and encouragement. I read all your replies, and it means the world to me. Thank you. I'm going to continue to beat this thing through chemotherapy or through bone marrow transplants. But either way, I'm determined to kick cancer's ass directly in the nuts. Love to all. Let's heckin' go, is what he said. So all the best wishes to Mark Hoppus. He actually just released the first picture of him, completely bald, obviously, from the chemotherapy treatments. But we don't know exactly what cancer he has been diagnosed with, but we wish him all the best.
Here's some Blink-182. It's All the Small Things. More of Marshall's Music News next. Rock 106.1.
Yeah, it's kind of a heavy statement that he threw out there. He's like,
Yeah, that's intense.
I'm going to take a test this week that determines whether I live or die. So I'm guessing it's kind of a follow-up test in regards to where the cancer is progressing for Mark Hoppus of Blink-182. But just it's always horrific to see that type of thing happen, especially to such a great person. I mean, Mark Hoppus, I mean, he's done great things. Obviously, a super talented musician, big-time gamer guy, too. So,
right.
Yeah, it's sad to see what's going on with him, but I really hope that he's able to push through this and kick cancer's ass directly in the nuts. Rhett says, speaking of Zelda, you see how much the original copy of Zelda sold at auction? Yeah, $850,000 for an sealed, unopened copy of the original Zelda game.
Damn.
Yeah, so, yeah, wild stuff, man. Andrew says, I still love Trailer Park Boys. Speaking of Letterkenny, Letterkenny is funny. It's funny because I went to Seattle like a decade ago, and my friend's like, hey, do you want to go to Shoto night? And I'm like, yeah, it's my buddy Greg. And I was in town for a roller derby tournament at the time. And he's like, I got tickets to go see the Trailer Park Boys. I'm like, no idea who that is. So we went to the live show, and everyone is dying. And I'm like, I don't quite get it. There was some funny stuff.
Right.
But like, I didn't quite get it, and I never really followed up with watching the show. But I actually went to a live Trailer Park Boys show before, and I was completely lost.
Yeah, I tried to watch Trailer Park Boys, and I couldn't do it. I mean, I gave it like 5 episodes, and I'm like, I didn't get that one. I know a lot of people are into it, but that one wasn't for me. I couldn't watch that one. But Letterkenny, I think is great.
It's crazy. I built Zelda and Zelda 2 complete in box. If anyone wants to throw me a few million, I'll be willing to let them go.
I'd be selling it.
Yeah, I actually don't have any of the NES Zeldas. I mean, I have them like free copies. I have like loose copies. But I actually have complete in box Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. I still play my original Zelda on NES. The memory battery is dead, so it's no saves after you turn it off. No. Yeah, so the cool thing is Nintendo is putting out a little handheld that has like the first 2 Zeldas and then like a weird side Zelda game, and it's coming in like a old school like Game Boy size kind of thing for $50.
That's kind of cool.
But that's coming out this fall. Best Zelda game? Honestly, I mean, everyone says Ocarina of Time. It's a great game. It helped really get me into the Zelda franchise. Link to the Past for me or Breath of the Wild. Those are my 2 favorite Zelda games.
I'm trying to think. I played the original, and then I played one on the Super Nintendo. I don't remember which one it was.
Super Nintendo was probably A Link to the Past.
Okay, those are the only 2 Zelda games I've played.
Yeah, Link to the Past is probably one of my favorites, man. I mean, that game was awesome. It was incredible. Yeah, Ocarina of Time was, I mean, it was a legendary game for the series. I mean, it probably helped make it still a series at this point,
right?
20 plus years later.
All right, got about 2.5 minutes.
All right, next up, we got a story on Puddle of Mud. A good one. It was awesome. So we had some listeners actually catch up with Wes from Puddle of Mud, like at the hotel bar.
I saw that.
And they took a picture with him. Like, yeah, he looked rough there too. And that was the day after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see Nathan and even Andrew there. I would love to see a remake of A Link to the Past, just like kind of an upgraded graphics type of deal. Would love to see that happen. But more importantly, I'd love to see Breath of the Wild 2 come out, because
is that something they're working on?
Yeah, it's they just put out a trailer coming out next year.
Oh, cool. I have more than 100. I have 100 or more NES games. That's kind of awesome. Ain't gonna lie.
My wife hates me for taking up so much space. Yeah, I have Andrew. I have like a huge Zelda collection. I don't know, like depending. I mean, like I've seen other people's. It's ridiculous, but I have a fun little Zelda collection that's taken up way too much shelf space in my house that my wife is not fond of.
Yeah, but you've been selling off other stuff, so I think you're
Yeah.
all right. Yeah.
All right, guys. Two more stories today. Once again, talking Puddle of Mud coming up next. They got a bunch of tour dates that were announced. Obviously, going to talk about the show a little bit there as well. And then Randy Blythe. He's the lead singer of Lamb of God. Going to talk about him and a new book that he plans on doing. And that'll wrap the show up for today.
Liquid, actually, Nintendo just announced that they are going to start focusing on movies. Some sound like some animated stuff, but going to focus on movies. They haven't listed any yet, but yeah, Zelda movie would be awesome. All right, guys, be right back. Getting right into it, we got story number 2 of Marshall's music news.
So Puddle of Mud have just announced a 21-date U.S. tour that's going to begin this summer, and then we'll obviously spill into the fall. Now, it was, I think, August of 2019 when they put out Welcome to Galvania. They got to tour on it for a few months before, well, the pandemic took over and put them out of the business of touring, but they are back at it, obviously playing our show just about a week and a half ago right here in Savannah. Now, they're going to hit up all sorts of places, like the great towns of Sturgis, South Dakota, Laconia, New Hampshire, Katy, Texas, well known, Jerseyville, Illinois, also a great city that we've never heard of. Cotter and I are both from Illinois.
Never heard.
And then, you ever heard of it? Detroit, Michigan.
Maybe that one.
Yeah, so they got a bunch of other dates in there as well. Nothing even close to us in the southeast, which actually makes us feel really good. So if you got to see Puddle of Mud while they're here playing our 20th anniversary show, good for you, because they won't be coming back anytime soon.
All right, one more story to go, and then we'll wrap up the show. Marshall's Music News is next. Cotter and Marshall Show, Rock 106.1.
Yeah, they got dates, technically. I mean, they have a bunch of open space in October and November, but, I mean, they've got tons of stuff kind of loaded through up until just before Thanksgiving. And the guys sounded great, especially with Wes being in a rough condition that day. He pulled off our interview really well. Once again, if you haven't seen our interview with Wes Scantlin of Puddle of Mud, he seemed a little rough, like slow starting at first, but he really turned it around. He like turned on whatever little bit of energy I think he had left in his 49-year-old man body, and really gave us some good stuff there at the end of the interview, and really had a lot of energy. So I love that he brought it. I didn't know how it was going to go. I was really worried the first couple minutes of our interview with Wes, but I'm glad he was able to turn it around, because it turned out to be a really fun interview.
Yeah.
And once again, if you haven't seen that, you can actually find that on our YouTube page, our Facebook page of the Cotter and Marshall Show. You can also see a big gallery of pictures from our 20th anniversary show. The pictures are amazing. Our friend Val, who goes by Shout Pixel, you could find him on Instagram. You can go check out those photos. We have a big gallery up at the Rock 106.1 Facebook page. Yeah, Filter was amazing, man. I thought those guys were great. Would love to try to get them back as soon as possible. Plus, I mean, hopefully with new music coming from the fellas in early 2022, I guess, is what Richard Patrick said. Would love to have those guys back close to us real soon. 21 date Stumblefest, says Andrew.
Yeah, so I guess Savannah was like the guinea pig probably then before the tour. Didn't Wes make it through a show?
Yeah. He made it in and out of Savannah. Didn't hurt anyone or himself that I know of. So
It's true.
I consider that a victory for not only the radio station, but for him. Congratulations to Wes.
Wins all around.
Yeah. So Nicolas Cage has a new film called Pig. Have you heard of this? Have you seen this? Have you thought of this?
I've
Have you
heard of it.
So it's about a truffle pig that was stolen from him, and he goes on like a Taken sort of revenge tale. This movie was just released. I think it's in theaters only. Most likely, you could probably find it on a streaming or a like a pay service platform, like an Apple Movies. The first review came out for it. 9 out of 10.
Are you serious?
It said amazing. Pig is a stripped down John Wick starring Nicolas Cage as a retired chef searching for his beloved truffle hog. 9 out of 10. Editor's choice.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds if you have a weird movie idea and really want Nicolas Cage in your flick, now's the time to ask because it doesn't sound like he's saying no to anything.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage has got like full on old man vibes. I mean, he looks like he's got a big, giant gray beard, long gray hair in the film as well. So maybe if you got some time, Pig, the new Nicolas Cage film, John Wick with a pig. Yeah, I guess, Nathan. Yeah, maybe worth your time.
Oh, wow, he does look like just an old dude.
Yeah. The first review I saw on it was actually really, really good. Did you all watch Mandy? Yes, I did. What a mind F that film was, Nathan. Really, really cool stuff. Another great Nicolas Cage film that people should watch. If you like more of the horror type of film elements, I think you'll really enjoy that. Yeah, but he's done some really weird stuff, like the Color Out of Space. Such a strange film based on the, I think it's a Philip Dick novel. Super strange stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think tonight for sure, I think I'm going to watch Black Widow.
All right.
Got to get that in before someone eventually ruins it for me. I'm surprised I made it through the weekend and still haven't. I mean, I've seen some stuff, but nothing that's absolutely ruined it yet. I heard Daniel Harbour, who plays the Red Guardian in the film, which, I mean, he's been in every trailer, so no surprise there. I heard he's fantastic. I heard people really love his character, would almost love to see him in a solo film.
Right.
Or a Disney Plus type series.
All right, we got about 4 minutes. Final break of the show.
I didn't get to edit this story too much, so I'm going to edit it up real quick, just a heads up.
Yeah, sure, no worries. All right, so one more break to go. Tomorrow, of course, kick off the show with About Last Night. Call, comment, and text, top of the 7 o'clock hour. Mac will be back for Chicks on Dudes. And we may have the returning debut, I guess, of Mount Rushmore. May go down tomorrow as well. This is the latest tune from Mammoth WVH. It's Wolfgang Van Halen's song, Don't Back Down. It's playing now. I like this. Now, the first one obviously tugged on the heartstrings. Distance is about his dad. I like this tune better. I think it's a really good song. I'm really, really impressed with him because on the entire the first album, he played every instrument and sang. Obviously, he's got guys in the band now for when he tours, but super, stupid talented kid, man. Good stuff. Coming up this Friday, Coastal Empire Beer Company, Coastal Empire Wrestling returns to Coastal Empire. Should be a lot of fun. The guys are great. If you're a fan of wrestling, if you're a fan of indie wrestling, whether it's good or bad, it's usually always fun. But these guys have nailed it every single time. Have not put on a bad show yet. Super talented, great stuff. But they're back to Coastal Empire this Friday. I believe bell time is 7 o'clock. Get your tickets at Coastal Empire Wrestling's Facebook page. But another fun night of local wrestling coming up on Friday.
I guess you're going to be ring announcing. Is that like play-by-play or what?
No, just ring announcing.
Like I'm like
Howard Finkel. Yeah.
Right. Do you have a style, you think, or is it just kind of like,
It's like my stage
ladies
intros.
and gentlemen, it is Hammerstone McSlammy Lot.
I use the stereotypical radio, announcery, gravelly kind of thing when I do it. So
Okay.
that's just kind of that thing.
What's up, Gavin and Braden?
That's how I roll.
Yeah, I think I was talking to the gentleman who owns CEW, and he mentioned to me that you're going to be out of town. He asked if I would be interested in doing re-announcing, and I said that I would reach out to him today when I got back after my vacation, and we can talk details.
Yeah, they've got a show at the Super Mega Comic Con. I think a couple shows there, and then they have something in August. And the Super Mega Comic Con is the weekend that I'm doing our vacation, which sucks because Double A, Arn Anderson, is coming to town.
Oh yeah, so is Kevin Nash.
I know, I don't care.
And Sergeant Slaughter.
On Arn Anderson. Arn Anderson. I won't be here. A little disappointed. And then they got the show in August, which I'll be moving my kid. So.
Well, possibly. Oh, is that Ella you're moving?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Keith is just flying back. Yeah, right? Arn freaking Anderson.
What's awesome is Daniel Tosh has been off the air for a while, Tosh.0, but he's always hated Arn Anderson, and we never know why.
Yeah.
That's never been explained to us on his hatred of Arn Anderson. One answer, Daniel Tosh. One answer.
We got about 15 seconds. Arn Anderson kind of responded sort of on his podcast.
Excuse me.
And they talked about flying out there and being on the show, but then the show got canceled. All right, be right back, guys. All right, before we get out of here today, one more time, story number 3, Marshall's Music News.
So, Lamb of God vocalist Randy Blythe has started writing a new book, his follow-up to the 2015 memoir, Dark Days. Now, he said that he has the proposal, he secured a publishing deal, and he started writing preface?
Preface?
Yeah, that's it. I'm dumb. For the upcoming book, he said he's already written 2,296 words in just 15 days to kick off this book. Now, he wouldn't give us really any other details, just stating that it would be nonfiction. And it doesn't sound like it's really going to be about Lamb of God or anything that he's really done there. It's really going to be an original book, which is really kind of exciting stuff. Now, he's been very busy since the pandemic hit. Obviously, been kind of working on this new book deal. He's actually led a hardcore version of the Prince song, I Would Die For You, which came out just a few months ago, and then he'll be on tour this summer with Lamb of God with the Metal Tour of the Year alongside Megadeth, Trivium, and In Flames. So Randy Blythe, a really busy guy. I hope he's able to write a book while he's traveling around the United States.
All right, coming up on the show tomorrow, of course, get to About Last Night. We'll take your calls, comments, and texts. Mac is going to join us in studio top of the 9 o'clock hour for Chicks on Dudes as well. Maybe some more stuff. Who knows? It's going to be an exciting show. We're happy to be back after the week off. So we'll talk to you again tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. Don't forget, join the Horde. Get on the stream with us tomorrow on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Cotter and Marshall, Rock 106.1.
All right, gang. Thanks for hanging around. Mostly a day without any technical difficulties, at least on the stream side.
We got to up the cake board.
We'll officially do that tomorrow. So
Okay.
I don't know the exact numbers, and we'll figure it out during the 6 o'clock hour. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you tomorrow. 6
See you
a.m.
guys.
Peace.